Right. All right. We should be live. About to sit down and lay down and kick it and relax with y'all. See what's up with y'all. Touch these interwebs, these YouTube streets for a good minute. Um, shit. Let me see if I can do this. I need to learn. I can set the show up from my second phone. That's what I'm gonna do. That'll probably work. Little Shirley, what's going on? How are you doing? You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I wanna apologize for yesterday. You know, I was a bit ticked off. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Black Trunks? What's going on, Rayology? Bro, I got your email, man. Yeah, that's true, bro. You know, just let them people hang themselves, man. You know. You said, "Ooh, I was in the wrong." It's all good. Little Shirley, I'm about to put a cage on my balcony and capture. Well, I can't tell you. I'm about to capture some reptilians and see if I can send you one. I just don't know how to. I probably would have to go to a pet store or something here if they have them here. It's kind of funny, you know. He said just got off of work. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. How was work? What's going on, chaos? You know. Well, that's the second person. Thank you, Shirley. That's the second person that I roasted in a row. It was just like one day after another. You know. Yeah. I would have to see how I will be able to mail them. I know they got these. I know now it's a little bit better. They got these like these insulated cardboard boxes and stuff that you can mail them. So I'd probably have to get like, and it's probably cheap here to tell you the truth. Um, I probably got to get the little food, get some grass or some type of dirt. They probably sell it at the store, and that way he can have food and eat and stuff on the trip on the way to you. I wonder if it'll work. Shout outs to Insane One in the building. Shout outs to Insane One in the building. Shirley said, "Fuck yes," you know. Oh yeah, if you can, that'll be pretty cool because they're all over the place. So it's crazy. Like on my like, all right, so y'all, I get to see nature in a weird, like fucking way. Like I be seeing birds eat. I didn't know birds eat lizards, but it's come to these. I saw two birds try to corner a bunch of lizards and eat them and shit like that. I'm like, damn, because they go after the small ones. They don't go after the big ones. So like, it'd be rough as hell for them lizards when they growing up and getting bigger and shit like that. So that shit right there is a trip in and of itself. I just sat out there and I'm like watching like a bird like kind of just stalk you know um a bunch of the balconies out here, and I'm like, what are they looking for? And then it was like, oh snap, he chasing a little ass lizard. The lizard went behind this little electric socket and was hiding, and the bird was just like flying around trying to figure it out, trying to get to him. And I'm like, damn, it's cold blooded out here. And then there's praying mantises out here. I'm seeing lizards eat them, the little ones and stuff. It's crazy, man. Shout outs to Rayology. Rayology said I have my dynamic microphone in a couple of months, man. Congratulations, man. Most definitely, man. I find it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna give y'all some real game. Like I find it that if you have like a deep voice, dynamic microphones picks it up pretty well. You know, condenser microphones they pick it up well, but it's better when the room is sound treated, so you can actually really hear it clear, and you can actually hear what the microphone's actually doing. You know what I'm saying? If you have like bass in your voice, or just have like more so of a manly voice, it's better to have that insulated or compressed on a condenser mic, and the dynamic mics just pick it up pretty good. But if your room is not like sound treated, you're gonna get what's called room reverb, because bass bounces off the walls, and it happens so quickly, like you don't even realize it until you like really listen. The bass bounces off the wall and goes back into the microphone in real time. So That's what kind of gives people the room reverb. Y'all probably hear room reverb right now. You know what I'm saying? The chaotic eyeball, it's pretty good, but it's a money grab, to tell you the truth. They came out with better. They came out with better. They came out with better. Chaotic eyeballs for specific types of mics, but just get a dynamic mic, bro. All of that shit, you kind of really don't need it unless you're about to be singing or rapping or something like that, and you want to do it indoors, but you have a bunch of walls around you. I wouldn't say get it. They actually have Chinese knockoffs. I forgot the name of the company. I'll see if I can find it for you. They actually have Chinese knockoffs that are a little bit cheaper and are a better option. Or just go in your closet and record. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that much. Just go in your closet and record. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. Just go get you $100 dynamic mic. Go in your closet and record. You'll be better off with that because those $100 dynamic mics, like the SM58 that I've been using on the show, like literally it's $100. You can find them for like $80, or you can get a electronics V7, and you can go in your closet and record, because literally those are the microphones that they use on stage. You know what I'm saying? Those are the stage microphones. Billie Eilish uses the SE Electronics V7. Those microphones are really good, and they're really good for podcasting also. A lot of people use them. It's just that it's not a fixed microphone. Of course, it's fixed if you have the bit where you can screw it onto like a boom arm or something like that, and you can put it in its holder, and then it's fixed. So that's not even a problem. But those microphones, usually when people use them on stage, there's people like right behind you yelling and screaming and reciting the lyrics, and those microphones are good at not picking up a whole crowd behind you yelling, because they're in the dead zone of the microphone. So kind of what you want to do is you want to look up microphones, and then you want to look up where the dead zone of the microphones are. Like a microphone has a heart shape. The range of the microphone is like more so of a heart shape. And when you're speaking a little bit further back from the microphone, it picks it up in a different way. And then when you get up on the microphone, it picks it up in another way. The microphone is designed to work like the human ear. Okay. It's designed to work like the human ear. It's actually pretty interesting when you kind of get into what's actually going on. You'll become what's called an audiophile. You'll kind of, once you ever, somebody ever like pointed something out to you, and it's like once you hear it, you can't unhear it anymore because it's there. That's exactly how microphones work. you know and I'm like studying like the piano, and I'm studying like a good bit amount of music theory. Like I sat up last night and was just making beats and stuff on the Novation circuit. I stumbled on this video. The shit is crazy. It's actually pretty true. So like people's brain right now is like very I would say I wouldn't call it ADD, but people's brain now it's very predictable. Like if you do a pattern, if the brain hears it twice, um is going to expect to hear it again. I mean, of course you can do it 3 times, but on the fourth time going around, what's going on, JR? On the fourth time going around, switch it up. And that makes it more complex. So I'm noticing that using a sequencer with my music, that okay, yeah, it can become repetitive, because me as a producer, we got to listen to the same pattern over and over and over and over again. You as a listener, for the most part, that's semi true but not true. It's semi true, because when you guys play music over and over again, it's like a chant. But it's not true because you're not making the beat and you're not producing the beat, so you have less to worry about. So all of this stuff, when it comes to sound, to tell y'all the truth, is very interesting. But you just gotta be on a certain side of it to like really understand what's going on, and to understand how important sound really is. And when you have a brother that kind of studies, or is not just studying, doing it in real time also. You try to tell them, you try to talk to other people, or give people knowledge about certain things like that. It's like you get put through the ringer, man. So I get put through the ringer, with a bunch of different stuff. People commenting on stuff they don't know about and stuff like that. So sometimes I get ticked off, to tell y'all the truth. I get ticked off, and it's irritating at the same time. It's definitely irritating. But definitely, y'all, like, the game that I'm giving y'all on these microphones, bro. I'm telling you, I've already been through the money. I already been through the damn ringer. I already been through endless microphones. I know what I'm talking about. Just I'm telling you, just take what I know, hook, line, and sinker. Especially if you guys, if I've heard you before, if I've heard your voice before, I'm like, oh yeah, that mic will be perfect. Oh, this one will have fun with this one. And the mics that I'm telling y'all, they're workhorses. Like, you only gotta don't drop it. Even the SM58, you could drop that shit. That microphone invented the mic drop. That microphone will be with you for more than 10 years, and the mic actually gets better the more you use it. It's a workhorse, open it up. You did. What's going on, RS? You said more money's gonna pour in for you, bro, man. I pray. I'm gonna take y'all with me, man. It's gonna be a wild ride. Shout outs to my boy Rayology, man. Yo, if you guys haven't subscribed to Rayology, man, y'all tripping, because Rayology, I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, there's only like two archetypes of men, alpha and beta, but nah, Rayology, that brother be putting out some great game on the Sigma male, and what he's talking about is true, because I want y'all to take a look at what we're talking about, or what's being talked about in the space today. In rayology, I definitely want you to do some content on this. I know you probably already have, but definitely kind of pertaining to what I'm about to say, right? What they're talking about in the manosphere now is because after a while, I mean, yeah, you do have a new version of quote unquote men out here now, but you have something called the modern day male. You know what I'm saying? Which is true. There is a such thing as modern day male. Males are very slow to not practice tradition. You know what I'm saying? Males, the lie hits us a little bit later. It hits us a little bit later that we've been lied to. So males are, even though as traditional as you think you are as a male, slowly but surely you're kind of going, you're kind of adapting to this quote unquote modern day male aesthetic. Slowly and surely, the internet, YouTube, women, society, and all this other stuff is weaning a lot of males, off of tradition, which is crazy. And I've said this more than 2 years ago. We gotta figure out what type of men do we want to be personally, and I would say together. And I'm not gonna lie, like kind of moving around abroad and stuff like that, seeing a real patriarchy, kind of, just observing a lot of different things, letting you guys know there is a world for traditional men. Um, but then again, we are living in a new age. Um, but in America, we got to figure out what type of men do we want to be. Are we going to be modern? Are we going to be traditional? How are we going to go about doing this? How are we going to go about keeping up those standards in a modern society? How are we going to combat technology, and not even technology, and it's not even about combating it. How are we going to be innovative? You can be traditional and still be innovative. What's going on, Third Ward? What's going on, Raven? You did. Modern day makes rebuke ye strag Raven 360. No, I'm just saying, I mean, because technology is still, man-made, but different archetypes of men and different type of men makes different type of technology, and that's their ideology. I mean, it's just basically how are we gonna get shit done the way we want to, Um, the manosphere, to a certain degree, and I've talked about this several times, has charged dudes up with quote unquote not wanting to be a player, but then at the same time wanting to live by player rules, but then at the same time talk shit about the game, but then at the same time it's cool to buy pussy, but then at the same time don't buy no pussy. Then at the same, it's like, what the fuck? What do you want, niggas? What do y'all want? You know, what's gonna satisfy you? Where do you draw your line in the sand? You know, where do you draw your line in the goddamn sand? You dig what I'm saying? If you standing in sand, you know. So men have a lot of stuff to think about. Men have a bunch of stuff to think about. I'm seeing dudes in the manosphere talk about some, man, I don't want to be a trick, or man, I want to be a trick, or whatever the hell they want to be, right? And then, you know, they they turn around and never really lived in the patriarchy, but they turn around and they're fighting for this false patriarchy that they never lived in. I think men have to take a step back, because you have to understand that how can you create a patriarchy when you haven't experienced one? I think it comes time for us to kind of go to other places, go to Africa, go to Ghana, go to certain places for a certain amount of time and be around an actual patriarchy to really kind of understand what you're really trying to establish. If you're trying to establish something, or if you're just trying to sit around the manosphere and beef all fucking day, beef all fucking day. That's all niggas want to do, is sit around and beef all fucking day. And then get back on the internet talking about where is the love? Tell me where is tell me where is the Yo, niggas are irritating, man. I'm telling you, bro. Most irritating species on the planet. Where is the love? Tell me where is the Oh, I can't stand y'all niggas, man. Damn. You got they gonna, and if it hasn't, and if the space hasn't made one out of you, it's going to. You know. You said the Zen 4 chip will power the new sex pot 304 as the game is up. Man, we about to be in some scary times, y'all. I know Raven's sitting up here joking, but a piece of him is actually being dead serious. Dual core sex bot. Thrusts without you even trying. Them robosexuals are coming, bro. Them sex robots are gonna snatch somebody's soul. Women going through it. That rose, that rose that women be using, the little them joints actually smaller in real life. If you actually see one in real life, it's actually kind of funny. Them little roses out here snatching souls, bro. Some of these young women talking about they don't need no nigga. They might be right, because that little ass machine snatched her soul. Like, she been imprinted by that little ass machine. You did. You said sounds like the Black Knight I've been talking about. Definitely no monk for me. Well, I mean, yeah, Black Knights, Paladin. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, yes, I don't know. Only a few niggas gonna for themselves, like not even for women, like it's for themselves. Women, we say that they're selfish. It's a different type of selfishness. It's a different brand of selfishness. They want to be included in a man's selfishness. Women know when men is doing something to impress them, and women know when a man has done something for himself. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between being a tryhard and confidence. I was gonna do tonight's show. I don't know if y'all guys want me to. I can. I mean, I'm just chilling right now. It's midday. It's gonna be a little bit warm. I'm finna, go run some errands later on today. I do have my laptop somewhere around here. Oh, it's over there. Um, I did want to go over the mystery method because, like I said, and I don't know if it's gonna get taken down, but there's a guy that put up on YouTube the book, and I've read that book a long time ago, and that book got hella game in it. I think it's time for that stuff to start resurfacing. It's been about 10 years, and we're gonna talk about it. Let me read some more of these comments. We're gonna talk about it, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and support the channel. Like Rayology said, like, comment, share, support. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this game. We're gonna talk about this game on tonight's show, man. We're gonna talk about it, man. You said I definitely do more modern Black Knight based on your description. Okay, yeah, man. Now make sure y'all subscribe to Rayology, man, because every once in a while when I'm not live and stuff like that, and I'm not shadow banned. Actually, it's on my second channel. I get to actually tap in because your content comes up on my second channel, but I'm barely on my second channel. I'm on my second channel not now. The only reason why my second channel is live right now is because I'm dual streaming and stuff like that. And it's funny. I'm seeing a lot of people copy what I'm doing, and it's kind of funny. I did this a long time ago, and I started doing it more where I just have two channels going, basically kill two birds with one stone, or grow two plants, with content, But anyway, I'm gonna try to get another one, see if I can do it 3 channels in a row and stuff like that. But I don't think StreamYards can do 3 channels in a row. You gotta use the website I used to use back in the day that I told y'all to use, called Restream. But I think you have to pay monthly if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. You said can't learn from good times. Yeah, yeah. They killed off the dad. They killed the dad off. Remember? Yeah. And there's no shows like that on TV now. There's no shows like that on TV now. And then plus, people aren't even watching TV like that. They phone in their hands. Their phones in their hands. So you said, thankfully, I've known a few Arabic and Hindu people in regards of experiencing cultures of patriarchy. Yeah, but that's the thing. You got to know them. You got to be around them and be in their household, or be around their family, or eat with them, learn their teachings and stuff like that. And then you'll kind of see that America has a jaded view of everything else, like of different cultures other than American culture for the most part. America definitely has a very, very ignorant, jaded view. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, ignorance, and I've always said this for a long time, ignorance keeps you protected. Ignorance is a form of protection. Some people rather not know more, because if you know more, you hurt more. So it's a gift and a curse. you know some people just rather not know. Some people rather not have them type of problems, or if they view it as a type of problem. So they rather just be ignorant on the situation and stuff. Oh, Arabic niggas beat they women. It's like, it's not like that. No, no, Raven. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, and that's scary. And how quick the technology is going. You know how like back in the day, you're like, well, I might not be around to see that generation. I think we might be around to see this generation come, Raven. And no homo. That's no pun intended with the comment. The virtual nut. We might see that generation come. Never mind. Where the fuck do my head be at, y'all? I need to go seek some help. Now, actually, Star P need to go see some help. He said Rose got her in the metaverse. Oh man. Oh man. You said it's birth control, safe sex, customizable population control, no alimony, child support, sex bot will be compatible with Xbox. Wow, you can sync your vagina to your controller. PlayStation and tablet. Sorry, iPhone, you just don't matter. Oh damn, that's cold blooded, Raven. That's cold blooded, man. iPhone probably gonna get that technology first though. But Shout outs to War Master. I need to go. I need to go plug in this Xbox because, like, honestly, right now I could be sitting down playing Hitman and talking to y'all and doing a couple things at one time. You know, you did. Shout outs to little Shirley. Little Shirley said, "Hey, Third Ward, Columbia." She said, "Sorry, I was sorry, boo. I was listening with my phone in my pocket." Um, Jr. said, "I've never read any of the dating coaches book, but my gut instinct is that the mystery book is overrated." Jr. The thing is, actually, you know what? I might go get the laptop. We might take a listen to it tonight. We might do a DJ Kuda lecture series tonight. The thing is that it's not overrated. The thing is that this particular book that I'm talking about, um, things get outdated and then slowly but surely creeps itself back into date. Does that make sense? Like it gets outdated at a period of time. It's like an Oreo. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy, but it's like an Oreo. You have the cookie, the cream, and then the cookie comes back again. It's like okay, nigga, no homo. It's cookie. We're eating the cookie side of the Oreo, especially depending on how y'all eat Oreos and shit, right? We're eating the cookie side, and then now it's like, all right, man, that cookie shit is over. Now it's the cream. It's all about the cream, nigga. Fuck the cookie. And then it's like, getting tired of the cream, go back to the cookie. That's literally what happened. Era wise. So let me give y'all history on somebody that's been around and that knows what's going on. So let me give y'all a bit of history, okay? Because I was very young doing this, so I remember it vividly, and I actually did what a lot of people that quote unquote listens to dating coaches didn't do. Um, Here's the thing about it, and I'm gonna tell you the exact truth, okay? Um, and I'm just gonna say it the way I see it, but at the same time, this is not my full take on it. All right. So I need y'all to sit down. I need y'all to really soak up what I'm about to say. Support the channel, support the channel, support the channel, and take notes about what I'm about to say. Okay. Because this is the type of game that I really wanted to get into for the longest time. But you know, you get wrapped up into niggotry and shit happens. Okay. So check what I'm about to say. Okay. Um I grew up knowing about Ron Wills, Alan Roger Curry, all these other guys, Pimps, Max, Tariq, a bunch of these different dating coaches, quote unquote, that they call them now. They weren't called dating coaches back then. This is a modern term that's popularized, but it wasn't what they were back in the day. You know, and there was a whole bunch of other people. There was another black dude. I forgot his name, and I knew I should have bought that book, even though it was kind of like a knockoff of Tariq Nasheed, the Bulldog Method or the Mad Dog Method. Some other black brother that looked like Tariq, but he had Mac. All the Mac books were big back in the day, and um, my favorite book category, what got me into books was urban fiction, but like self help books. You know, I know about like the Sister Soldier books, Zane, all of them little sex books and stuff like that. Zane was from Washington D.C. Well, is from Washington D.C. I'm not saying was, my bad. And you know, we grew up with all of that stuff. You know, before 50 Shades of Grey and all that PC, not PC, but all that, you know, new age trivial shit before The Secret and all that other stuff. But around the time, you know, Mystery Method. This was the start of the pickup artist era. Black dating coaches and other dating coaches like players and stuff like that, and Max and pimps and stuff like that. Did they have the game? Yes. But the way they delivered the game, the way they delivered the game, um, the way they delivered the game was vague. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's vague for a reason to keep the knowledge hidden. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in the lifestyle to kind of know or experience, you know, to kind of know what's going on or what's being talked about. Somebody, what's going on, Nicer? Yeah, Genuine's also from DC. Also, yeah, I seen a couple of pictures of Zayn. I don't think she was like that, but that woman knew how to write. Eric Jerome Dickey, my favorite. Rest in peace to him. My favorite author. Man, his books are crazy. I'm gonna tell you some real shit though. All right. Um, a lot of those guys were vague. Honestly, like you can literally read a whole Tariq Nasheed book, and you can literally read a whole Tariq Nasheed book, and and walk away with nothing. You wouldn't know exactly what he was talking about. You wouldn't know what he said, how he said it, what he meant. You can read a whole book and walk away with nothing, you know, because he also used the word game. And for some reason, people act stupid with the word game. They just don't know what game is. Game is like an all-encompassing thing. And guys don't know what it is, but they do know that they don't have it. You know what I'm saying? They do know that they don't have it. And um when you read that book and he's talking about being around women and doing certain things and stuff like that, dudes are reading that book like, okay, well, I gotta be around women first. I can't, how do you do that? Like dudes wanted you to hold their hand every single step of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes labeled themselves as avatars, right? Or looked at themselves as avatars. And they're like, okay, well, I'm just an average guy. So they think they might be below average, they might be whatever. Okay, how do I get women? Which is a vague question. It's like, because there's a million ways to skin a fish. But most dudes don't want to go out there and listen. Most dudes barely want to read. Most dudes barely know what the hell is going on. And most dudes don't realize that it's them that's holding themselves back. But all of this stuff will become apparent when you start practicing stuff in the book. Most dudes are looking for a magic bullet, so to say, a magic pill. You know, they're looking for magic. You know, to get them the women. And if not downright, they would want the dating coach to do it for them and send them the women. You know, so the white boys that there was internet was still in its developing stages. Like, we had games like Fortnite, not Fortnite, I said Fortnite, EverQuest and Diablo and all them game forums and stuff like that. Dudes was talking about it there. We had Messenger, MSN Messenger, AOL Messenger, stuff like that. There were forums there. Hell, even in Stormfront there were forums there. Other different places, there were all these forums where men were getting on the internet. The internet, women didn't even give a damn about the internet. Women didn't care about the internet. Women were dominating the social scene. The internet was not it wasn't really a social place. Certain women were on the internet, but the real women were operating in real life. They weren't on no internet type shit. Like, women hated at that point, women hated the internet because men would get on there, other than like games like The Sims or something. Like, women didn't give a damn about no goddamn internet or video games and stuff like that. That was more of a manly thing to do at this time. It sounds taboo, you know. Women didn't care. I said I was doing good, Nicer. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Shout outs to Nicer in the building. Yes, support Player Talk Radio. I'm about to get y'all the game real quick. I'm about to walk y'all down to what happened and where it is today. And I'm about to go grab my laptop. We about to comb through the mystery method, so y'all would hear what I'm telling you is straight up facts. And I can give y'all the game now. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. What's going on, fighter? You said, Kuda, you ever talk or act up your way out of? Oh yes, plenty of times. Honestly, too, following some of that pickup artist shit, I talked my way out of a bunch of different a bunch of coochie. Man, I left so much coochie on the table. It's ridiculous, bro. I've talked my way out of it so many times. But that's what you have to do that. Like, you have to learn. You have to do that, and you have to learn. You know what's funny? What's going on, Jervis? I was looking at Andrew Tate the other day because I guess he's a bald headed guy. You know who Andrew Tate looked like? He looks like Style. If y'all don't know who Style is, you lost in the sauce. And some of y'all don't even know who these people are, and y'all have everything to say about dating coaches and stuff. And it's like that's why it makes no sense arguing with niggas. Niggas don't even know who Style is, even by code name. You know, they don't know who Neil Strauss is. They don't know. They don't know about they're bro. When I tell you, because I'm not gonna, I gotta go. I gotta go get my. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Please support the channel, please, because it will be a pity. I can go. I need to go do something at the moment too, but that's pertaining to what I'm talking about. But make sure y'all support the channel. Support the channel by hitting the Cash App or hitting the Super Chat. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. There was other people in those books, like your boy. His name was 10 Magnet. His name was 10 Magnet. These dudes were using like their online screen names in real life, like 10 Magnet. You had another dude that was good at Kino named Matador, which was a Spanish guy, Matador. You had Jeffy. I got all of the books from back in the day. The books cost like $300-$400 a piece. 9 Ball. All of those books got a lot of crazy knowledge hidden in those books, man. So hold on, let me walk y'all down. So what the white man did, and I'm kind of glad that he did steal to a certain degree from brothers. You know, it was fucked up at the time. Like, oh man, he took that from Iceberg Slim. Oh, he took that from blah blah blah. What they did was they fine tuned it. You know, all of the guys at Real Social Dynamics, RSD, all of the guys at Love Systems, all these different places. These are all businesses that grew from what these guys were doing back in the day. So what they did was they broke everything down to a scientific level. Like, there wasn't these pockets on the internet where guys could just sit around and complain about women all day. Of course, there was a couple of pockets on the internet where that was happening, but these guys actually got up and went outside and did something. And they were coming back to the internet with their results. What did you do? How did you do that? Hey, this is a good opener that works. Hey, I did this works. Hey, this they started coming up with social gambits, social tools, social they started getting so much experience in the field that it was just about field work, that it literally it literally it wasn't about women anymore. They found what pimps, players, max, people that take the red pill, black pill, even purple pill, they found what it was. It's not about women. And this is why the manosphere stuck. To tell you the truth, it's a bunch of, to a certain degree, there's not too many real ones rolling around the manosphere. It's just a bunch of idiots. I hate to say it like this, but it's just a bunch of idiots. How much female nature are you guys going to listen to before you actually go out and try to make some of this shit happen? And back in the day, there wasn't too many people that um that that was teaching. If they knew, they didn't teach until somebody put a big number on the table. And people are breaking the first rule right now. And they've made it culture, internet culture, to break the first rule. You can't have multiple gurus. And guru is just a short name for somebody that you choose to lead you through your journey. You understand what I'm saying? So if Alan Roger Curry's method makes sense to you, until you know what you're doing, don't listen to anybody else but Alan Roger Curry. You have to fully soak up his doctrine, and studying something from somebody else can ruin the first doctrine and make nothing happen for you. You'll actually stay stagnant. Now, until you get your legs and actually figure out what you're doing, yes, that can make sense. Yes, that will work for you. But it won't work for you if you're just trying to get as much knowledge as possible. Niggas just try to keep getting knowledge and not experience. Knowledge with no experience just makes you a dumbass, for real, an intellectual dumbass, to tell you the truth. Because you'll believe you're smart when you're actually dumb. If you've never gone through something where you have a aha moment, even though you think you know all about it, you're not learning. Something, even in your experience of something, has to come around all the time to make you be like, damn, okay, now that I've experienced that, damn, maybe that might not be right. What's going on, LSP? Maybe this might not be right. Maybe, maybe I was wrong about this thing completely. Or let me go back to the drawing table, not fully, but make some tweaks. Yeah, intellectual jack off. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, you got to have a little bit of field experience. I used to, until I started going out by myself and start going out with my boy P that we have on here, and like there's stuff that I got to dial back with him, and we got to talk about it. I think me and him should probably do the podcast also when we're talking about this stuff, because once I was done reading them books, I slid it off to him. I didn't know if he read it or not, but he did read a good amount of those books. You know what I'm saying? Because he had me reading books also, Bhagavad Gita, all different types of books. We was into a whole bunch of different stuff coming up, because we were kind of like old men, damn near as young people. Like the stuff that people would do, we were doing adult shit in our teens and stuff like that. So we graduated a little bit early. It just and it's just in the DMV area is fast living. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't in DC, I was in PG, Pretty Girl County. You know what I'm saying? Like it just you got to grow up very fucking fast. Where we at, you got to grow up very fucking fast. And to stay alive, to tell you the truth. But anyway, that's neither here nor there on the price of tea in Thailand. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like and subscribe and support today's show. But let's get into the game. What I was talking about with the field experience is that you'll read something called an opener. What's an opener, Kuda? It's an icebreaker. It's a pickup line. Because everything has become taboo. Y'all listen to a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about. And then some people listen to it and think they know what they're talking about. And they really don't. A pickup line is not a gimmick. It's not a tactic to try to get somebody and stuff like that. Pickup line is simply a pickup line. It's a conversation starter. You know, different doctrines came out of the mystery method. The mystery method was like a basis. It was like a start for what people wanted to study and learn. It was basically a start. So somebody would be like, okay, if you're trying to get in a pickup, this is where you need to start, because this book basically is general knowledge. Better things came out of people taking from the mystery method and learning about what they're doing. Other people started going out and getting field experience and had a different take on the game, or had a different method to get results. And these guys were more so obsessed with the game than they were with women. And then it was a new developing game, because even players and pimps, they weren't doing it like this. Pickup artists got stuff to teach players and pimps, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Players and pimps, in a lot of cases, were relying on the game, but they also were relying on their natural ability to do things. And anybody can use some game, even the person that's giving game. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody can use some game. You're always going to be a student of the game. You did? What's going on, Travis Rogers? So that's why a lot of people don't get it. And they're trying to get it. And they're trying to tell you what it is, but they don't know what it is themselves. They don't have anything better to tell you because they've never done it. You know? So the pickup line, what it was it wasn't to just get the draws automatically when you talk to somebody. No, it was to establish a conversation. There's a lot of things that happen when you have to establish conversation, like your body language. People are walking around with their earphones in their ears and stuff like that. That how you gonna get that girl's attention? What can you do? What can you say to get her to take her earphones out of her ear and talk to you? Life is a dojo, exactly. you know what can you what can you say, what can you do to get her engaged in a conversation and actually have her interested in what's being spoken about. you know Later on, I start following a cold dating coach. I paid over $300 for that book. It took my whole little paycheck when I was working, called Magic Bullets. Very rare book. They actually got it on Kindle and stuff now. That book goes for sale for all different types of prices depending on where you find it. I had the physical book, and I think later on I turned around and bought the Kindle edition, but the physical book was a lot better. This is where in my younger years I was learning about female psychology, and I was learning about a whole bunch of different stuff, gambits and stuff, even stuff I don't use to today. So like going over the mystery method, that's gonna walk us down memory, well, me, because I actually did the shit. That's gonna walk us down memory lane. You know. Now some of the stuff in these books I had to learn as a young black man. It worked with white women. Sorry to say it like that, not to make it a racial thing, but honestly, if a race of men is talking about women, you can assume that they're talking about their women. But they talked about a bunch of different races of women in these books. But I knew that some of that stuff only worked with white women because even at the time when I was reading these type of books and getting a little bit of experience, I was very young. I worked at this semi-Italian place called Peter Pit in College Park, Maryland. And basically, nigga, I mean, shit, we would do all kinds of stuff. Like it was on college campus. There was a nightclub. There was two nightclubs, actually three, literally right down the street. This place stayed open till 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So I had endless experience with drunk college kids. I'm on college campus. Chipotle, everything. I'm in this big plaza, and there's all different types of women coming in, and I got like definitely personal stories with a lot of different I got a lot of stories to tell you. Tell you the truth, it really comes up in conversation and stuff like that. Sometimes I can't even believe that I've been through stuff like that, but yeah, it's true. you know. But anyway, some of the stuff only worked with white women or a specific race of women, Asian women and stuff like that. So as a black man reading those books, you could get a lot of game out of it, but you would have to tweak it a little bit. But honestly, you would have to do it in a way where you get the same result, or if not, it build the opportunity for you to get better results. You know what I'm saying? Tweaking it, because there's certain things that you can say and do in that book, and you're like, oh, a sister ain't going for that. A sister definitely ain't gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? But there's different ways that you can tweak it. A lot of people like to think that they're special. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're not special, but what's going on, Tyrone? I'm not saying that they're not special, but food. Man, food is my go-to to a certain degree. But I'm not saying that they're not special. But what I'm saying is that we're really not unique. As we think we are. Like, there's but so much things I can do to a man in person, no homo, and then we're just fighting. It's really called end game. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, to tell you the truth, you want to have a direction where you want to go, but you want to be able to go in that direction without setting up an expectation. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is that, okay, I want to guide a woman or the conversation in this direction, but I'm not expecting sex. I'm not expecting um I'm not expecting certain things. And this kind of, it's better to look at it this way, because expectation leads to letdowns. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you view it a certain way, you might be down in your game when there's nothing wrong with your game. You just talking to the wrong woman. Or there's nothing wrong with your game. You're just conversing with the wrong woman, or you probably made a misstep. Later on, like I said, I end up finding about Savoy, who was around mystery and stuff like that, and he had something called the progression model. And basically, this is the basics to speed seduction. And I still use speed seduction till this day. Speed seduction is very effective. I mean, because hookup culture, speed seduction, same day lays, SDL, what are other terms? Instant dates and stuff, like you walk up on somebody and be like, oh man, blah blah blah. What you got going on right now? Oh, nothing, just about to. Oh, okay, come with me. Let's go get something to eat. Oh, let's go to this Italian restaurant here. Have you tried them? Blah blah blah. Stuff like that. What you're literally doing is making something that naturally happens. I wouldn't say naturally happen, because you're in control, or not even in control, because you're really not in control. You can just only guide something to a certain. You can only guide something to a certain to a certain you can only guide something to a certain area, and then whatever's gonna take hold is gonna take hold. And it's not even about running game. That's another thing that you guys kill me with. It's not even about running game. After a while, it's not even about running game, because after a while, you're not even running game at all. You're just going into a certain situation with a level of conversation. You're guiding the conversation somewhere. You're talking about something that you want to talk about, and whatever happens, happens. We live in a day and age where you don't have to run game. That's the funny part. So I'm laughing. I sit back and laugh at all of that shit, because honestly, the pickup artist stuff and all that other shit, those are just training wheels. Those are just training wheels. I don't have something to say. Well, here's something to say if you don't have something to say. You understand? I don't have something to say. Well, here's what you do when you don't have something to say. Be quiet, but be more verbal. You know what I'm saying? Not verbal, but be quiet, but be more physical. My bad. Be more keynote. It's not game. What if you cut? What if you cut the game off in your head, and you really want to? You're definitely interested in this woman. What you gonna do then? Oh, I'm just gonna be real with you. No, you do the same shit. You talk to her, have a conversation. You get to feel her out, and after a while, you're gonna realize that you actually get to know her more. You actually, the game is gonna be about. It's not even about. It's not even a game at this point. Do I like you? How do you treat me? Do I like how you treat me? Is how you treat me the way I like to be treated? Can I get used to that? Is she doing the things that I like her to do? It turns back about you. It was never about her. Some women want to please you. So if you like how she treats you, she gets pleasure out of that, because she's pleasing her man. And it's a reciprocal thing. But you have these jackasses on the internet that never been around no women, or never talked to no women, never been in no real shit with no women. They up here, they just talking. They just talking. He trying to run game, as if you aren't trying to run game. Half the people that got the game ain't even trying to run game. It exudes off of them so much, people can't help but be attracted to them. They can't turn it off. It's in them, not on them. This shit should go on Patreon. This shit needs to go on Patreon. So I'm gonna give y'all the veggies, man. I'm gonna end up having to take this down. I'm gonna end up having to take this down. Because I'm going to tell you some real shit. Yeah, a lot of them don't like women. That's the crazy part. A lot of them don't like women. That's the crazy part. Because if you did, you would kind of sit down and study. These guys that were in the pickup artist realm, they studied the pathology and stuff like that. They knew what worked. And I'm sorry, women aren't these mythical creatures where, nigga, if it works on one woman, it's safe to say it works on millions of them. That's not game. That's not. It just is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? There's but so many things you can walk up to a woman and be like, ew. She'll be like, ew. Or she'll be like, who is that guy? Or she'll be like, this you only got a certain amount of responses. Y'all ever played Skyrim or Fallout or shit, The Sims? Y'all ever played The Sims where you click on somebody and there's all these options and you're looking at, okay, well, what option do I want to choose? Do I want to start casual conversation? Do I want to try to seduce this woman? Do I want to invite her in the house to eat? Do I want to sit down and watch TV with her and stuff? All those little options. That's like in real life. There's but so many options that somebody is going to say or respond to you with. And this is the thing. You are in charge to a certain degree, low key, of those options if you are initiating the interaction. I'm giving y'all some rocket fuel right now. If you if you are the one that's actively approaching people, there's but so much responses that you're going to get. People respond the same because our day-to-day practices are the same. Don't you look at your phone? Aren't you on Instagram? Aren't you on YouTube right now? Aren't you on Facebook, right? Your responses aren't genuine or unique for the most part. They aren't. You know? They aren't. So there's but so when you're going out approaching women and doing field approaches and stuff like that, you level up little by little by using both your ears and taking mental notes about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because there's but so much responses that you're gonna get. Like, for example, if you walk up to a woman and say, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" Number one, you ask her a question by asking if you can ask her a question. Number two, if you stop at, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" she can easily say no. The interaction is over for the most part. Because anything after that, it could get awkward. Okay? So in the pickup artist game, and I'm just gonna call the game for lack of better words. Yeah, chicken or beef, which one you want? And I got you, Jervis. I'm about to read your comment. In the pickup artist game, it's more so of what you got to do is you gotta pique her interest by asking her a question and then shoot the question. Like, if you're gonna do it that way, this is what I mean. In the pickup artist game, we have something called an opinion opener. A lot of people like opinion opener because the risk level is low. What Alan Roger Curry and what a lot of other people do would be called a direct opener. There's different types of openers, but those openers also have a risk level, okay? A rejection risk level. Okay, it's actually pretty interesting once you get into it. It's a rejection risk level. Opinion openers have less of a rejection risk level because they're questions that are posed. And women, they're subject matter experts on dating and themselves and all these other stuff. Women don't have to read an 800-page book about niggas to get a bunch of niggas. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand the game and how behind the eight ball some of y'all are. Y'all be the loudest motherfuckers in the space and don't know shit. You just haven't really had somebody that sit down and talk to y'all about this shit because nobody knows. Nobody knows. So what I'm saying is that when you approach somebody, you can use an opinion opener. And one of my favorite opinion openers is like, "Hey, ladies, let me ask you a question. Who cheats more, men or women?" But I don't say ladies, to tell you the truth. I just said that now. You can literally walk up on a group of women and call them guys. Because usually if you say the word ladies, they automatically think you're trying to hit on them. Okay? So like, hey guys, let me ask y'all a question. You know, two or three girls or whatever, right? They call them a two set, right? You go up on them and you like, let me ask y'all a question. Who cheats more, men or women? And honestly, if you've done this so many times, it doesn't matter what they're about to say. You said, let me ask you a question. You didn't stop right there for them to say, no, you can't. Or no. You just shot it right after you posed the question. You said, who cheats more, men or women? This is all psychology, y'all. Who cheats more, men or women? Some girls are gonna say men, some girls are gonna say women. Sometimes also, if you want to have fun, you can modify this opinion opener. Ladies, who cheats more? Ladies, who cheats more, men or women? I say women. What about you? Oh, we think blah blah blah, whatever, right? Usually, in this case, to tell you the truth, the girl that you actually wanted, because you're asking the group a question, but you're looking around, and usually the one that you wanted, you kind of want to isolate her by not showing her attention, and you kind of want to talk to the other people in the group, even if it's men or women. If there's men in the group and stuff like that, you can easily approach them, because you can start talking to the men about sports or whatever, or whatever. It's just some random guy that came up and approached the group and stuff like that, and you just say, yo, how do you guys know each other? Okay, that's my sister, or that's my friend here, or that's my brother, or blah blah blah. There's so many ways to extract information. Some of you guys don't know how to extract information. When you talk to a woman, she teaches you how to catch her, but some of you guys don't know how to fucking listen. She literally, women wear their emotions on their sleeve. They literally teach you how to catch them, whether it's subtle or whether it's directly. But dudes are just clueless. They don't pay attention. But let me see what Jervis is saying. Shout out to Jervis. You said, do speed dating clubs work? Do speed dating in clubs work? Yes, of course. Speed dating works everywhere. It works everywhere. You said that shit looks like a challenge, but I feel it will tough you up. It'll toughen you up to reject, because you have continuously put yourself out there. It's not really like that. What speed dating really is establishing comfort. To seduce a woman or get somebody comfortable enough to sleep with you and stuff like that, you have to talk to them and speak to them or refer to them as if they've known you for a long time. You have to be able to get, or at least kind of understand where they're coming from, get them to get comfortable around you, or you get comfortable around them. And a piece of getting comfortable around other people is disclosing information. Do you see how I speak to you guys I speak to you guys in a comforting tone. Like I talk to you guys about stuff that I would assume that you guys already have experienced, whether you've experienced or not. That's also a form of comforting. It's like, okay, you know what? There's a conversation going on, but we're talking about something that's more deep. So what it does is it establishes comfort, because we're talking about a touchy subject, which now it's people's love life, or it's how to get something, how to get certain things. It's about establishing comfort. A lot of people in conversation, we establish comfort the wrong way. You want to get people to be comfortable with you so you can have a deep conversation, or you can get to talk to them, or talk to them in rare form, or you can talk to them about stuff that they normally don't talk to people about on their day-to-day travels. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people are alone. So a lot of people, especially men, a lot of people come to these spaces to talk about things that they normally can't talk to their family about, people around them about, and certain things. We all, to a certain degree, live in our own world. And not even just live in our own world. We all interpret our own world and things in our world differently. So we have to come to a medium where we can build comfort with each other, to open up about what you perceive in your own world. And you realize you might not be so different than anybody else. Or you realize you probably went through something similar, but you've navigated in the wrong way because you were in your head. A lot of us are in our head, you know. And with the pickup artist stuff, a lot of us will be like, okay, why is he asking me to go up to a group of women? And because this goes off into anybody's head that's out there active. Why is he asking me to go up to a group of women and ask them who cheats more, men or women? And then even like mentions who he believes cheats more. Honestly, the question is when you go, what you're doing is you're doing a compliance test. Like going up to a group of women or a group of men or women or a mixed batch and asking them that question, it's really a compliance test. Now, when you've done it so many times, you get past that lesson. So I'm sorry, sometimes because I've done it thousands of times, I got it, or hundreds. I'm pretty sure thousands though. I don't give a damn. I gotta talk to you guys as if you guys have never done it before. I can't speak on experience because, like, okay, I might lose you guys by telling you that asking women who cheats more, men or women, asking them who cheats more, men or women, I might lose you guys in conversation because it's like I know it's a compliance test. If you guys don't know what a compliance test and what compliance really is and what type of compliance that you're getting, it will go over your head because you have to actually be out there in the field doing it, and then somebody actually has to kind of sit you down and tell you exactly what you're doing, and that's when you'll get the oh shit. Now you understand how powerful it is and how powerful it can be. This is why dating coaches charge a bunch of money to be out in the field and specifically be with you and watch you and kind of pinpoint what you're doing wrong and stuff like that, because that will propel you a bit forward and quicker to what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. But you guys don't understand that because it's so easy to be on the internet. He's charging all that money. He dating coach. You guys don't know. And some dudes aren't that serious about changing their situation. Let's just keep it undone. That's why dating coaches will never go anywhere. Let's just keep it undone. Keep it undone. Why the fuck do you want to see Austin Holloman pull bitches? You a grown ass man. You never seen a nigga pull bitches before? You never seen a nigga with bitches before. But you sit on the internet all day talking about niggas with bitches. It's the weirdest shit ever. It's weird. It's weird. Sometimes you need to charge a motherfucker to do something for you because he gonna give you hell trying to do it for you. You doing it for him. You know, see, who was that weirdo that was here the other day? Peso Man. Cool, you don't get no bitches. I show him a picture of me with a bitch. Oh, she look like a man. That's a tranny. Let me see you with 10 more. For what? For what? So if I show you me around 10 more bitches, oh, well, you don't have 20. When are black men gonna realize you're judged by what you don't have? To go live for yourself. Because I swear to God, if I was to do that in front of a couple of white people, a white man sit down and listen. Damn, that's crazy. Man, let me tell y'all something. Man, a white man will sit the fuck down and listen. They're not going to let stupid shit hinder them from learning like niggas do. They're going to be like, man, that's crazy. Okay, let me hear what you have to say and stuff like that. And they'll go out there and actually try that shit. This is to a certain degree why I kind of wish to a certain degree the black manosphere and the white manosphere kind of didn't break. Because there's a lot of stuff to learn on both sides for both people. Let me get back to the story though. Because a lot of y'all won't understand why would you go approach a group of women and say who cheats more, men or women? Because guess what? The conversation can go anywhere from that. Don't you think that if you go up to a group of women and somebody's cheating, don't you think they're out on an outing that night by themselves or without their boyfriends and stuff like that? Because one of their boyfriends may have cheated and they might be looking for a new guy. Oh, who cheats more, men or women? Oh, men. Men are dogs. Really? Why you say that? Y'all niggas don't know. Y'all niggas, man, some of y'all don't know shit about conversation. 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 Y'all niggas don't know. Y'all niggas, man, some of y'all don't know shit about conversation. Y'all niggas don't know shit about conversation. Y'all niggas don't know shit about conversation. Some of y'all don't know shit about conversation. Why did you say that? That's an open-ended question, a question that can't be answered with a yes or a no, which requires an explanation. When somebody gives you an explanation, now they're giving up more value. And they're going to say something in that explanation that you can latch onto to ask the next question. You niggas just sit around and ask bitches questions like it's a job interview. And yes, it's a job interview, but listen, we go on job interviews and we date. The last thing you want to date to feel like is a job interview. So get that out of your head already. This is how you seduce people. This is how you make things that's unnatural feel natural and probably is natural. You don't want dating to feel like no goddamn. That's another thing y'all niggas do. You make dating feel like a fucking job interview because you don't know what you're doing. You ask the same stupid questions, and a lot of people rely on dating apps to do the shit for them. It's ridiculous. So you can go from who cheats more, men or women, to this woman talking about her ex. And you can be like, damn, why you say that? Oh, because my ex, oh, he was just a dog. Oh, for real? Damn, that's crazy. What did he do? Obviously, he cheated. She can run all that shit down. Now you can find out if that bitch is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because see, y'all niggas, a lot of y'all niggas don't even date for yourself. That's a big red flag. A man, that's a red flag for you, my nigga. A man that doesn't even date for himself. Some of y'all are dating just to get pussy. And ain't nothing wrong with that if you know how to do it. But I digress. Some of y'all don't even date for you. Is this bitch crazy? You know, you got to ask yourself these questions. Was she the problem in her last relationship? We don't even have an active talk. All these people, you don't need game. You don't need game. Well, let's have an active talk about what you can take away from conversation. You know? What's going on, Anthony Southeast? Yeah, I mean, look, the text game came in a little bit later. I can break all of that shit down also because it's just basically uh 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 evoking in-person stuff via phone and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I can tell y'all all the nigga. I know what's going on. I vehemently lived through that age. I've literally practiced all of this shit. You want to know what's you want to? Oh, tell us about text game, Kuda. Oh, well, here's an effective strategy you guys can use. Dual text. You ever dual text somebody and get their full attention and their engagement? Sometimes when you text people, fellas, they put their phone down and walk away. They're not engaged. And you can't say people don't keep their phone in their hands 24/7. So how do you dual text Kuda and get people to get more engagement? What you do is that if you have an iPhone, I'm taking a jab at Raven at this point, but if you have an iPhone or if you're on a messenger, this is what you do. You and this is how you establish a little bit of a attraction. Okay, you send her a message, and in between her sending you a message back, or if you can see like her little icon come up, you know sometimes when they're texting you back, it says typing, like they're typing, or a little icon comes up with a dot dot dot. Yeah, take advantage of that. In the midst of her just sending you a message, as soon as she sends you one, already have yours already typed up. Soon as she sends you one, you send her the other one. So before she puts her phone down, right after she sends you a message, there's another message coming her way. So now you're dual messaging. So by the time you respond to what she just said to you, you can send her another message. You can literally have two separate conversations with a woman in that manner. And that's stimulating conversation right there. What I like to do is sometimes in one conversation, we're talking about food. And then the other and then the message the second message that I sent to her was that what she said. That's what she said or something. I make a that's what she said joke. And when you make a that's what she said joke, that's an innocent way of insinuating something sexual. Now we're talking about food on one thread, and we're talking about sex on one thread, and what can happen, or something slightly sexual. And what can happen now is that you can kind of bring them both together or keep it separate, you know? So if you're like, okay, blah blah blah, what's your favorite fruit? Strawberries or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then she sent you something, you like, that's what she said, and then she sent you something about the food, or what type of food or whatever, right? You're talking about food on one thread, talking about sex on the other thread. You could be like, damn, so damn, that's what she said. Or what type of stuff do you like to do with these strawberries? And you do the winking emoji on one thread, and then the other and on the other thread you're serious, but on the other thread you're playful. There's different types of ways to text people or communicate with people to get what the fuck you want. You just need to know what you want. That's why women play with y'all. You think women are stupid? Women know you want pussy. Duh. You think you're the only person that talked to her that wanted some coochie? She trying to see if you tactical about it. Are you a tactical man? Are you funny? Can you make her laugh? Because she may want you too. I don't know why you niggas turn this shit into fucking gladiator wars. You gotta be masculine. No, you just gotta know how to talk and have a demeanor that fits what you're talking about. You niggas sit up here all fucking day just talk about dating. Nobody even talking about relationships, because that's when you get the real game. You can't be sitting up here talking about dating 24/7 and you ain't some type of boyfriend material. Women want guys because they know that they're probably boyfriend material, not dating material. Telling you, man, you got to a certain degree, you have to be boyfriend material to be somewhat desirable. This is how women will want to be with you. This is how you attract other women. But you can't get nowhere further in the black manosphere other than talking about dating, and niggas can't even do that correctly. I want to go see Austin Holloman fuck bitches. Why don't you want to see yourself go fuck some bitches? That's creepy. That's creepy. Shit crazy. What's going on, Casper? Yeah, you gotta be able to do both, talk and text. Because remember, what I'm explaining to y'all was in a era. Some of y'all don't remember when women were like, I don't want no nigga to be. Women didn't even like texting when this shit was out. I don't want no nigga to be texting me. I want to hear his voice. Because women are oral creatures. When I mean oral, not oral, giving head and shit like that. When I mean oral creatures, I mean they're oral. Aural. They go off of a man's voice. They go off of a man's cadence. They go off of a man's. They go off of that. Why you think the party line? Why you think niggas was getting fleeced and catfished so bad when the party line was out? Let's talk. Let's get some. Let's get some support. Cause I'm about to get the fuck up off here. Let's talk. Let's get some support going. Let's get some support. Let's try at least get 5 contributors. Why do you think? Why do you think women was catfishing the shit out of niggas on the party line? Because you can hear her voice. And she can hear your voice. She got what she wanted, but you didn't get what you wanted as a man. Because when you were on the party line, she'll have this little girl voice, right? I can't do the bitch voice today. But she'll have this little girl voice, right? And you like, damn, yo, you sound sexy, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. Describe. Remember niggas used to be like, describe yourself. Oh, I'm chocolate. And bitches used to lie their ass off. Oh, I'm chocolate. I'm this. I got beautiful brown eyes. Bitches used to lie like shit. She explained to you her imagination. Their representative was shitty. Then when you meet up with the woman, nigga, what do you think that show? That's what I'm saying. If you getting catfish anyway past 2010, you need your ass whipped. You need your ass whipped. Bitches used to lie like a motherfucker. And then what used to fuck a lot of people up, any nigga that was getting bitches know what I'm talking about. It be the big bitches that had the little girl voice. It be the big bitches that had the little girl voice. Like, damn, yo, she sound cute. She sounds sweet. Then you meet up with Shorty. Shorty 400. She forgot to tell you she was 400 pounds. Because niggas wasn't asking how much do you weigh. You know, them back in the day, them Kevin Samuels questions would be lob on a bitch with the party line. Now, you know, the internet has changed. Y'all don't hear me. The internet has changed. The internet has changed, y'all. You literally can tell what a woman ate last night because she did what PNB Rock's girlfriend did. Okay, she was at Denny's on fucking Minnesota Avenue last night. Damn, you can tell what she wore last night. You know what her children look like before she even introduces you to her children. You know what her last two exes look like. And all you gotta do is just oh, look on Instagram. It's all on Instagram. Bitches be selling pussy and food and earrings and waist beads on the same fucking page. There is no imagination nowadays. What's going on, Mike? Mike, my boy Mike Matroke in the building, Double M in the building. What's going on, Bobby Ray? Y'all know I ain't lying to y'all. Come on, man. Don't treat me like a side bitch, man. Support the channel, man, because ain't nobody out here giving it up like this. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, Jamarcus Christ, man. I'm telling you. I'm giving y'all the game. I'm giving y'all the game. What's going on, Dusty? Nah, I'm straight. I need to get turned, man. Y'all light me up. Give me lit. Give me lit. I'm telling y'all. So this whole pickup artist shit, it aged itself out. So now it's like, okay, you can kick the dating coaches and all that stuff when they down. That still doesn't alleviate the fact that you need dating coaches. As a matter of fact, how dare some of these niggas? Because dating coaching actually led them here. Women led niggas to the manosphere. It was already established before a lot of y'all even came here. I'm telling you. You niggas used to be on the party line like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Remember all them little late night commercials and stuff? Call us now. And then and y'all niggas used to run up your bill, your little phone bill, because your minutes was free after 9 o'clock. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. I'm young, but I'm I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all used to run up your little phone bill and shit like that, and then them little commercials that used to come on and shit like that. Niggas used to be getting caught cheating on the phone. Yeah, hookups, hookup city. We need to go back. We need to jog some of y'all memory real quick. We need to jog some of y'all memory real quick. Shit. You know. Oh yes, I am saying something that's Patreon worthy. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Come on, man. Y'all better stop telling me like I don't. Y'all better stop talking to me like I don't know what I know. I know what I know, man. I know what I know. I know exactly what I know, and I know where I'm about to lead it. Yes. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. So, I want to put you guys back into the mindset where it was. Women weren't on the internet. The internet wasn't. It wasn't. Women just. They kind of. You were a nerd if you were on the internet back in those days. You know. This was before the phones got picture messages and stuff like that. And the phones had cameras and stuff like that. Phones didn't have picture messages. Phones didn't have cameras and stuff like that. Women were more so of I wanted to hear my man. Because dating dating involved a lot of I wouldn't say involved more imagination. Okay? Involved more imagination because when you date men and women, okay, when you date, you project your fears, your fantasy, you project all of that stuff onto other people, and not just other people, especially who you date, who you fancy, you know. And when you're on the party line and you hear this woman's voice and she talking right, because it's like sweet music to your ears. She hear your voice. Y'all talking right. Y'all have a great conversation. Y'all making each other laugh. Y'all vibing with each other. And then fuck it. This is not even the first time y'all talk to each other. This is probably the second or third time for the week y'all talk to each other. But it's late at night, and you guys, and that's the best time to actually seduce somebody overnight. But I'll talk to y'all, tell y'all about that a little bit later. But you know, y'all talking to each other. It's late at night, and it's like, damn, you know what? Me and you, and sometimes y'all argued before too. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to get a bunch of black women, be willing to argue with them. Be willing to argue with them. If you want to get, if you want to get a bunch of women, be willing to argue with them. Because once they come down from that argument and they get worked up and all that shit, they're gonna be attracted to you. They're gonna be like, whoo, damn, now I need some dick. So no homo. That's how they work. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Players and pimps, they know that. Don't let anybody get you in your feelings because they can have you. They can have you. Okay? And shit, start an argument on some stupid shit. Some shit that you know that's not like it's not like a nuclear argument. Okay? Listen, I'm giving y'all the game. Like, I don't want y'all to be up here listening to more podcasts about well, how to do it. I'm literally telling y'all how to do it and how it was done back in the day, and where it evolved into what is where it's at right now. Okay, so back in the day, y'all would listen to each other and y'all would start to vibe, and then you would start to get into her. You start to know her more. Okay, damn, she'll start to tell you stories and stuff like that. You kind of tell her what you got going on. Y'all feeling each other. Where are you from again? Oh, I'm from. Oh, that's not too far from me. All right, that's what's up. You start qualifying each other. All of this stuff happens when I go over the progression model with y'all. All of this stuff naturally happens. So sometimes it's best for you guys to go by order, and the game is that you'll know when you're in one mode or another. I want you to look at it like a stick shift, like gears, right? So you know I'm gonna tell you some real shit, right? You um you know you want to get to know her. You ask her to describe herself and stuff like that, and she'll kind of describe herself kind of as your fantasy. And to a degree, it is amazing when you guys actually meet up and she's more attractive in person. I used to love that when you guys meet up and she's way more attractive in person, because some women, I'm gonna tell you the truth, the internet kind of has a little bit of that factor there, but it's really not. Like, because you can go after a little shorty, like, all right, I'm about to chill with a little shorty on the weekend or whatever, and then you get around her and you get to look her in her face, and she's like, oh, she's more attractive in person than on the internet. She probably doesn't know her angles, or she probably doesn't take her, some women pictures don't do them justice. And then some women, they look good on the internet, but in person it's like, shit, you know. So the chat line, yeah, you had a mailbox on the chat line. You have a mailbox on the chat line, and remember how you used to leave? You had an answering machine where people would use like voice messages. Yo, when you get back on here, I'll be in room such and such, or because you had a mailbox on the chat line. You know what I'm saying? You had a mailbox on the chat line. So what would happen, y'all, was that these women will catfish you. But the thing is that how they got you fellas was that if you were to get catfished by this woman, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, we already took the steps. I'm already here, or you already came to me. You already went out of your way to a certain degree, even if I'm not what you wanted and stuff like that. It's impolite to call me on that. And at the same time, even though I know that, you know what I'm saying? Because women, you can see the attraction fade off of people's face. Like, people ain't stupid. But women will be like, yo, well, since he's already here and stuff like that. And guys will be like, well, since I'm already there and stuff like that, hell, we might as well go on a date. You know what I'm saying? Because some women will describe themselves as a nice 7. at least. You know, oh, I'm cool. Some women don't, you know, kind of they don't talk themselves up as much. They'll describe themselves as a nice 7. And then when you meet her, she's a 5. But not a bad 5. It's like, okay, you're not that 7 that I thought you was. But yeah, whatever, man. I already had the whole date planned out. I already had the whole day planned out to go on this little date or whatever. I already got reservations here and stuff like that. I'm thinking I'm about to take a stallion out tonight, but fuck it, come on, let's just go. You know, because I don't want to be too disappointed. But let's just go out on a date. I mean, that literally happens. And then sometimes she ended up being cooler than you thought. You never know. You know, but initially she lied. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if you showed up and you what she wanted, but she's not what you wanted. It happens. And men had to go through that shit. Ladies. Y'all wouldn't go through that shit. Women wouldn't pay for that shit. Let somebody go to a restaurant and somebody get your food wrong. No. You need to get your money's worth. He didn't pay for that. He didn't pay for that. He paid for this, and you said that they'll complain. So there's a side of dating that men know that women don't, but women do know it because a lot of women have exploited that. The foodie calls were better then than they were today. Today, now it's just, okay, that's just some broke girl shit. Foodie calls back then was some tactical shit. Women had to apply more brain power. They had to be more tactical back in the day. Fat bitches knew how to move back in the day. Fat bitches had to be hunters. They had to get it in. Some niggas didn't even care. You know? Some didn't even care. You dig what I'm saying? RS said, Kuda, your game hit the wall, bro. No one typed a 1. I didn't ask them to put a 1. They were responding to you. No one put a 1 in there for you, bro. Don't put me into that shit. I got 30 to 33 people coming in and out listening to what I'm talking about. Don't put me into that shit. My game ain't hit no type of wall. Niggas are engaged in listening to what I'm talking about. I know my audience. Okay? So this is what fellas was going through back in the day, y'all. This is what fellas was going through. White people, they were going through it too. This is where the dating game was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was frustrating. And a lot of you guys, we would get mad, y'all, because like, let me tell y'all something. You don't want to fund, your own I guess you could say misery, because it can get miserable. But you don't want to fund your own misery. And some of you guys, you have to look at it this way. You could be funding your own misery. You could be funding your own misery, or you could be paying your tuition. You know what I'm saying? You could be paying your tuition, because things is a process. You know what I'm saying? Things is a process. And the dating game, it's a process. I was looking at something. Wheat Waffles put out some show recently, and he was showing like they were talking about, and they got categories for it. We're gonna really break down this black pill shit. We got 20 to 30 people in the room. Let's try to get at least 5 supporters at least for this game. Okay? Let's try to at least get 5 supporters. At least we can at least do 5. Okay? 5 supporters. Let's try to get 5. But Wheat Waffles, which is another popular incel guy, and the funny thing is that you have popular incel guys. We live in a day and age where you can be a popular incel and get pussy just off of being popular and being an incel and talking about it, because there's a level of truth there also. And them niggas are still loathing and moping around about pussy. I was watching him describe how for the last decade or whatever, the type of men that women go for, and apparently they got archetypes. And I mean, I know all of this stuff, but I just don't go deep into it because it's either you got it or you don't. They were talking about, Justin Bieber, he's more of the pretty boy archetype and stuff like that, kind of like the dudes from the Maxim magazines, if y'all remember that. And then you got the chiseled dudes that are just manly men, and then you got then they had The Rock and some other people, like the dudes that are like gym maxing. You know what I'm saying? They gym maxing. Oh, he's a masculine gym maxing, masculine guy. Women go for them. And these dudes really sit up there and think that just because these dudes look a certain type of way, that you know what I'm saying, that you know, shout outs to KH. He said, "Don't say my name, nigga." For the 4 on the Cash App. I appreciate that. I got you, bro. But no, man, you know, they believe that these dudes have less problems with women. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, black men believed the same thing. Oh, Tyson Bedford has less problems with women. Oh, Morris Chestnut has less problems with women. That could be further from the truth. That could be the furthest thing from the truth. As a matter of fact, them dudes actually have more problems with women because they're getting more women. More women, more problems. More women, more problems. More women, more problems. You know? Yeah, they were selling buns on the chat line. You damn straight. You dig? Shoe dig. More women, more problems. Some real shit. So, around this time, the pickup artistry, it was in its infant stage. Mystery had to kick it off, and Mystery knew. We're just gonna skip past a bunch of stuff. We're just gonna get back to the pickup artist stuff. Okay, Mystery. He was a magician. He knew how to wow people, the crowd. He knew how to talk to a crowd. He knew how to get he knew how to get certain reactions out of people and stuff like that. And honestly, like, I even know some magic tricks myself. I know how to make coins disappear and stuff like that. I know how to do the levitating cup and the straw. I know how to do all some of that stuff, right? But and gambits and stuff like that. But what he was doing was he was integrating that with women and stuff like that. He knew how to entertain women. He knew how to captivate them. He knew how to hold their interest and stuff like that. Not sexually, but you understand what I'm saying? But hold their interest. And these guys, they kind of did what the players and the pimps knew, but what they weren't giving y'all the full game. You know what I'm saying? They weren't giving y'all the full game. Like, for example, I've interviewed Alan Roger Curry several times on this show. And shout outs to Alan Roger Curry. And one thing he left out, which I'm pretty sure he's going to put in his next book, or if he mentions it or not, is that he has to cold read. That's a skill when approaching or doing stuff with women. That's a skill. Not every pickup line works for the same women. Sometimes you're gonna have to adjust what you want to say. Okay, I met this girl at a such and such expo, so this type of approach would be more appropriate in this conversation. Or she struck up a conversation with me, but I want to further the conversation. What can I say to her to further the conversation? You understand what I'm saying? If I'm talking to a model and she's modeling clothes and stuff like that, and the theme is like a Asiatic theme, I could say, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. If you were to go to sleep and wake up anywhere in the world, and you got to sell it, y'all. That's another thing. You can't just walk up to her, hey, if you were to, and you got to sell it. Okay? You got to learn how to sell some shit. Words can be sold. Okay? Like, hey, look, I saw you walking back and forth on the stage. I want to let you know you're pretty gorgeous, but I always wondered, because I never really, you got to sell it, and then you shoot the question. Sometimes you got to set the question up. You could be, even if you're using the let's say earlier we were talking about who cheats more, men or women opener, the opinion opener, right? You could set that up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I was watching the show the other day and they were talking about relationships and stuff. And I always wondered, because I never really had problems in my relationships, but they were doing this debate and they were saying, that one sex cheats more than the other. So let me ask you a question. Do you think men or women cheat more? You have to set it up. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking and stuff like that, she watches your lips. When women are nervous and stuff like that, she looks down at your shoes. If both of your feet are pointed towards her, you got to engage them into this conversation. You got to set it up. You can't, I mean, you can say it the way that you read it in the book or the way it was presented. That's just a base. But you got to modify it. You got to modify it. You got to tailor it to your conversation. You got to multi-thread. You got to make sure you can fit it into your line of conversation to get her engaged and stuff like that. She got to feel like you got to stand out from the last 10 to 20 niggas that she talked to if she's talking to 10 to 20 niggas. And right now with the pandemic and everybody being socially awkward in the internet age right now, now all of that shit all of that shit is super effective now. You know, super effective. But anyway, them dudes were not sitting around the internet talking about, and they did talk about it and stuff like that because after a while, because Style, he became bigger than Mystery, but they end up being two different entities. But Style end up learning from Mystery, and he became bigger than Mystery. And he used to have he was balding. He used to look crazy and stuff like that. He shaved off his head, rocked the baldini, grew like a beard. Um, uh, a lot of pickup artists, what they usually do, they would have like a necklace or something hanging from their neck. So when women were interested from them, they can look at that man's chest and they could see what little trinket or whatever was dangling from his neck. And women that were interested in you and you were in a conversation with them, they would actually grab your trinket and kind of twirl it around and play with it. Oh, what's this for? Or something like that. And that's an indicator of interest. When you're at the club and you're talking to her, usually be leaning back. Usually be leaning back when you're talking to her. Don't have your drink up to your chest. Learn proper posture, confident posture. Have your drink to the side or leave it on the bar if you can. But be leaning a little bit back. And when you have like a conversation with her, usually if she's leaning forward, she's more into you. It gets her to lean more into you. Look her in the eyes, even if it's for 3 seconds straight. Lock eyes with her, and you can look at the TV or whatever that's going on in the bar. You lock eyes with her. Actually, it's actually better for you to look at one eye, one specific eye, like her left eye or whatever, and you're talking to her, and you're kind of like, I wouldn't say you're eye fucking the bitch, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Do stuff like that. Those are cues and stuff like that. Lock eyes with her. Look her in the eye when you're saying certain things. Be direct with her. Be stern. Um, be playful, be funny, be a little bit cocky, be demonstrating high value. You don't need to be a high value man to demonstrate high value. Certain things demonstrate high value. This is where negs come from, neg theory and stuff like that. That model that I was telling y'all about, you could easily approach her and be like, hey, listen, I saw you wearing those shoes like 2 days ago on your Instagram, and I see you wearing them today. They look better on you in person. It's like a veiled insult, but what it does is it kind of undercuts her and it demonstrates high value. Shit, don't do it too much. You can neg twice, but don't do it 3 times. Like after 3 times, you just in a row. You can do it 3 times, but 3 times in a row, you're just being an asshole at that point. But then again, certain women that might work. Who's to say women don't date assholes? You understand what I'm saying? That's what y'all niggas come on here and complain. I mean, she just wants the asshole guy. I'm the nice guy. Nice guys aren't nice guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And women know this. This is why they don't fuck with y'all sometimes. They aren't nice guys. You may be a good guy. You may be a decent guy. But come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Women aren't dumb, dog. To a certain degree, some are. You did. But they're not dumb. But what these guys did, they scientifically scientifically outlined everything. And then they were going out every single night going sergeant. We call it sergeant. You go out and you go sergeant. And it wasn't to fuck for the most part. Some of it was to tighten up their routines. If you go out 10 days out of the month and you use the same talk, you use the same, you arm yourself with 3 opinion openers, and you use all 3 of those opinion openers throughout the night so that you don't run out of conversation, you don't run out of things to talk about, you will start to see a pattern. You will start to see a pattern. You will start to have an aha moment, and you will be a guy sitting down at the bar like, over a beer, and you'll be like, okay, all right, I remember I approached her. She answered the question. We kind of got into a little bit of conversation. Some traction was being picked up, but then the conversation died. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not having problems approaching women now because, first of all, my problems was approaching, and I didn't know what the hell I was gonna say. I wasn't scared. My approach anxiety was down. After a while, it got a little bit more easier. After a couple of practice approaches, right? After a couple of practice approaches, it got a little bit more easier. I started talking to them. I started opening up a little bit more. I started being more direct with what I'm saying. But after I run the opinion opener, we have a couple of laughs. I even say men cheat more or women cheat more, or she even says men cheat more or women cheat more, and the conversation goes in a certain direction. Damn. Now I'm running out of conversation after that. I don't know where to go after that. But first, I had a problem with approaching. Then I had a problem with what I'm about to say. But now, tonight, I kind of learned what it's all about. I'm not an expert at it, but now I understand what I'm doing. Now I understand that, okay, this is a way to approach this woman. This is a way to strike up a conversation, getting her to talk, maybe become a little bit more open with me with her love life or whatever, pertaining back to the question that I asked. Or this is something that can spark a conversation that can get me a little bit further with women in conversation. So now I know what to say. Now I know how to start a little bit of small talk. But damn, I tend to lose their interest after that line of conversation fizzles out. What do I do next? And this will get you to go right back and go and get right back into the books, right? Get right back into the book and be like, okay, now what do I do? Now the book is saying, okay, now because this is basically them explaining it to you. Not saying that you should just have book smarts, but you should be able to know how to converse, conversate or whatever, right? Now your problem is keeping her attention and getting into and transitioning into a normal conversation. Okay, so now you know how to approach, you know how to keep her attention, and you know how to now you need to learn how to transition into a normal conversation. Because when you approach a group, or when you approach people or women, or just people for that matter, not even just women, people, herd mentality, y'all, they're thinking 2 things: who is this motherfucker, and when is he gonna leave? Who is this guy, and when is he gonna leave? Pickup artists already know about that stuff. They have terms for it. It's called a false disqualifier. It's letting them know that that your time is limited. But what happens when your time is limited? Everybody was just sitting around and chilling and just hanging out at the bar and mingling amongst each other. What happens if your time is limited, but you're a cool guy? You came over to the table, you talk to them, you become interesting. You talk to them about something normally people don't talk about, or just about something that they probably was talking about before, or with another friend or whatever. You talk to them about an interesting topic, and you get their interest, and you become the attraction. You become the entertainment. You become the main attraction in that moment. And then at the height of the conversation, well, I got to get back to my friends. Y'all be safe. Damn. Damn. Takeaway is close to push pull. That's another method in conversation and stuff like that. You push and then you pull. You push pull. You could do a compliance test with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I went to school for reading palms. Let me see your hand. Oh yes, and she puts her little hands in her palm in your hand, and then you look at her hand and be like, damn, wow, that's crazy. And then you kind of push her hand back towards her. What is it? What is it? Or whatever. Like you kind of sell it to her. What is it? What is it? What is it? No, don't worry about it. Now it's kind of or now we can't be friends or something like that. Like kind of be y'all got to learn how to be playful. Y'all gotta learn how to talk yourself up or do something. Or like you grab her hands. This is Keno escalation 101, y'all, in a compliance test. Her hands are in your hands now. She wouldn't put her hands in somebody's hands that she doesn't trust. So that's the compliance test right there. But now she can feel your body temperature, your body temperature. And you could trace your hands across her hands in a seductive way, or whatever lines that's in her palms and stuff like that. You don't know what you're doing, you know? And then you just give her hands back. And then for that split second, there's a little bit of intimacy. There's ways to touch a woman. When you open the door, you place your hand on her shoulder or on her back or something like that, on the top of her back, not the small of her waist or whatever. Not yet, unless it's more of a romantic setting and she got on some nice shit or whatever. But you need to establish touch. If you don't know how to speak, you need to establish touch. Keno escalation. Keno. When you say a joke or something that she laughs, tap her on the thigh or tap her on the shoulder and stuff like that. Establish touch. Some of you guys need to learn how to be in a woman's personal space. That's just the type of guy you are. It's not being creepy, and you don't want to make it be creepy, but you need to be in her personal space. She can smell your cologne. You want to be in her personal space. That's just the type of guy you are. When you go out on a date with women, because you niggas need to learn etiquette. Y'all keep fighting for dates and shit and don't know what the fuck y'all doing. When you go out with a woman, you don't sit across from her. You don't sit across from her. You sit beside her. This is not a versus thing. This is not me versus you. This is we're out together. If we're qualifying each other to be together. You sit beside her. And if there's something on your phone that you want to show her, like nowadays, you know what I'm saying? If you got like some funny ass meme or something like that, and you ain't texted to her or something like that, and you show her the meme and y'all sit beside each other and y'all start laughing. And when she laughs, you can put your hand on her thigh and be like, yo, that is funny. Let me see if I can find another one. Hold on. Or something like that. Or whatever you're doing. You need to find an excuse to be in her personal space or to touch her or to be around her, and this signals that you're attracted to her. And then these bitches be anemic and shit like that. Sometimes you're warm. She'll be like, ooh, warm, and then be all up on you. But you niggas don't talk about shit in this space. Y'all niggas turn this shit into everything else but what the hell it is. It's amazing. It's not that hard. Nah, Cuda, I want to see Austin Holloman out here getting bitches. That's creepy. That's creepy. He too young to even realize that's creepy. He gonna lose a couple of bitches behind this manosphere shit or behind this passport bro shit, and then he gonna realize, all right, nigga, y'all done seen enough. Y'all have, I'll talk about it, but y'all have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Shit is creepy. Women don't do shit like this. Yeah, man, I want to see him fuck you first before he fucks me. Like, they don't do like that. They feel that way, I'm not gonna lie, but they don't do shit like that. It may have happened a couple of times, not gonna lie, but they don't do shit like that. They don't do shit like that. So why is your weird ass on the internet doing shit like that? Men get with women. Women are here for men for the most part. I mean, I know they get with each other, but damn, why are you acting like we don't know this? You may not get women, but watching somebody else get women or watching somebody else have women is not going to get you no more women, player. You just watching somebody else get women. Now, do you listen to that person? Maybe. Does it might make you feel better for about who you're listening to and what you're listening to for the time being? Probably. But then that feeling fades, and then you got to turn off your phone or whatever you do and get back to real life. If you turn off your phone and get back to real life, some of y'all be in this space all fucking day. I know why I'm here. What's your excuse? You did. But in the pickup artist era, this wasn't like this. There was no live stream where somebody can come up here and give you intellectual property and literally talk to you for free. And ask you guys to support the channel. There's people that do way less and they get full support. Matter of fact, games to be sold, not told. I should cut this bitch off right now. But y'all are my following. Y'all are my listeners. I'm not going to be an asshole, even though other people would be and would actually teach y'all to actually support your interests instead of sitting here soaking up the game and then turning around and dissing people after they gave the game to you. All them dating coaches I'm watching y'all talk shit about. Y'all were once followers of those people. That's crazy. Y'all don't have no stories. Some of y'all don't have no stories about going outside and actually implementing that to come back and go have a conversation with those guys. I'm not saying that the dating coaches were right. I'm not saying that they were wrong. Because a lot of the stuff that the dating coaches were doing are wrong. It was wrong. Telling you, yo, you can sleep with all the women in the world if you want to. Yeah, but you should know as a man that you, first of all, you're not trying to sleep with all the women in the world. Second of all, you should know that it's a process. Me as a kid, I've always wanted to be the type of guy that if somebody gets into a conversation with me, I can get them. I didn't know how I was going to do it. All I knew is that I just wanted that. I didn't know how I was going to do it, what it took, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know what the motions was. I didn't know none of that shit. You know? What's going on, Lesson Burn? Lesson Burn said, the sad part is that sometimes the detractors are actually right by saying this space is battered ex-boyfriends. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. But the space is filled with hopeless romantics. That's what it is. Like, niggas ain't fooling nobody. You know? Niggas ain't here for the pump and dump. They really aren't. Shout outs to my boy Ramil. Niggas ain't here for the pump and dump like that, to tell you the truth. Pump and dump, but it saves you time. It can buy time. It can get you more women around you and stuff like that. But niggas really ain't here for the pump and dump. Because if they would, then they wouldn't be talking shit about the game. Literally. And dudes that are pumping and dumping, or pumping and let her dumping, or let her dump, because that's usually what happens. Some of these dudes say, man, I pump and dump. No, actually, she pumped you and dumped you. You know? They don't tell the full truth. You know, we've all been through it. Some of us. I can't even say we all. But you can't be looking and then it goes back. You can't be looking at beautiful women and not falling in love like that. Or catching feelings like that. Niggas, I want the beautifulest face that the planet has to offer. And you come up here and lie to men like you don't fall in love with some of these women, or you're not fond of some of these women, or you're not sprung. You just that I'm just such a cold-hearted man. I never get sprung by a beautiful bitch. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's somebody that's not around no beautiful women. Because that's a lie. That's a lie. Y'all listen to people lie to y'all all the fucking time and then ain't got shit to say. And then it's funny that the people that's actually telling you the truth, they gotta fucking bleed to y'all to fucking tell y'all the truth. The lie gets up and makes its way around the world 1 billion times before the truth has a chance to get up and put its pants on. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, those guys, they went through heartaches. I mean, pickup artists, they weren't the best guys doing it, but they were onto something before that era kind of phased itself out. And black people in general didn't understand what it was anyway. White people kind of knew a little bit more what it was, but they got their own people that because it phased itself out and stuff like that. But they got the game. They got the scientific stuff. They got the numbers. They got the general information that you as a man know. I know when I come here, stuff that I think that's general information is not general information. Y'all be like, damn, that's profound, Kuda. Where'd you learn? Like this shit comes from blood, sweat, and tears. Also, time sitting down reading. The times that I spent doing a lot of this stuff, I mean, if I didn't pick up a microphone and really say, yo, let me actually sit down here and talk about this particular subject, it wouldn't be able to help a lot of guys out. Wouldn't be able to help a lot of guys out. One of the things that Mystery talks about in his book is S&R value. And what S&R value is something that you guys need to know. It's called survival and replication. Why do you shit? Why do you piss? Why do you get up? Why do you eat? Why do you work? Why do you do what you're doing, fellas? That's to survive. Why do you want to survive? You survive long enough to replicate. What is replication? Kids, children, kids, children. Can you live for a societal purpose? Of course. Can you live for advancing in your job and all this other stuff that's human made, that are socially made, those social constructs? Replication. Why are you attracted to certain women with wide hips and stuff like that? Because more narrow hips, when they become pregnant, some of them die during childbirth. And now instead of protecting your family and having somebody to tend to the home, you got to take care of that child. When you're dodging lions and bears and all kinds of stuff, it's not a good idea to have a crying baby giving up your position, taking that child with you and nurturing that child. You have to hide the child somewhere, go off, go get some food and come back, and hopefully your child is there when you come back, in some wolf or some jackal or some shit. Your child start crying while you're gone, and now come on now, use your common sense. You said, but I feel I feel less is more. It's harder to it's harder to get it's harder to get tired of a chick I only see 2 to 4 times a month. Yeah, there's some truth behind that. I mean, it's all about stable management and stuff like that, because some people, when they like people, they want to be around them all the time, but presence make the absence make the heart grow fonder. You want to put a value on your presence, and then at the same time, as a man putting a value on your presence, you put a value on her presence. Because women don't even think about it like that sometimes. You put a value on your presence so it doesn't get old for y'all being around each other 24/7. But at the same time, your access to her is limited also. So when you are around her, it's a good thing for both of y'all. It's good for both of y'all. You guys don't burn each other out. You guys don't get tired of each other. So that's also a thing with stable management. You know what I'm saying? Because some women, you know I think every guy in his life, is like learning quality. I think every guy in his life should at some point, because women do this all the time. They just don't tell you that they do it. And they've been doing this since they were little girls and stuff like that. So they kind of, to a certain degree, have an understanding of manhood, even though it's jaded maybe, or it might not be jaded. You never know. You don't know what people learn or how they learn it. But I think a man should, at least at some point in his lifetime, mainly when you're young, like Austin Hollerman's age and stuff like that, to be having 3 women at one time. And they can know about each other or not know about each other. But the reason why I say 3 is because if you're bouncing between 2, You know what I'm saying? You kind of, okay, well, I'm dealing with two women. All right, that's cool and stuff like that. But I know how she likes it and I know how she likes it. When you have three, now you're just dealing with woman as a body, like as a stick figure. It's like, okay, I'm dealing with three different women. So, I gotta be sharp. I can't call her, or I can't get all three of their stories are different. I can't get their stories mixed up, or whatever. You kind of gotta be sharp and you kind of gotta be on point. And when you're on top of that and you're juggling them, whether they know about each other or don't know about each other, sometimes I would say try both where they know about each other. I would say that later on, but try both where they're not knowing about each other, where you're just dating, but you have a rotation of three. And you learn more about women that way because there's going to be a certain trend or pattern, even if the type of women that you choose is an archetype. It's like, okay, well, you're learning about yourself because now you know what type of women you like. There's a saying, you make your mess. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying that goes, your mess is your message. Your mess is your message. So the type of women that you go by, that you go for, or the type of women that you're dealing with or choose to deal with, especially if you're dating and you have them in rotation, you learn a lot about women and their nature, just in general, not just them, and specifically one or the other may teach you, because I wouldn't say it's like a comparison, but it's like, all right, she has a bit of an attitude. So let me go chill with my other girl. And you on the other side of town with her and y'all doing whatever y'all, oh, I gotta go shopping and pick this up today. Yeah, get in the car. Come on, let's go. Let's go do this. Let's go figure that out and stuff like that. All right. I'll see you later. All right. Call me. And then it's nighttime. And then you go chill with your other girl and stuff like that. And y'all don't necessarily have to have sex. Actually, to tell you the truth, you learn more about women when you're not having sex. Sex is a distraction. But you can't have that type of conversation with dudes that aren't getting sex frequently, that don't have frequent sex or never been on a stride where they're just getting a whole bunch of sex, where it's just sex ain't nothing to them. Sex ain't shit. Sex don't even last that long like that. Especially the type of sex that y'all be talking about and shit like that. Y'all, the world, for the most part, they talking about trick sex. They're not talking about them no romantic escapade and stuff like that. And it's funny when you look at some of these women and stuff like that. These dudes kind of want that. That's where the whole GFE shit comes in. These dudes, uh, you know, um, they look at a woman's body and damn, she's perfect and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting in jacuzzis with that bitch. You ain't doing all of that other stuff. No, you in some rusty hotel, or you in some you at her house or whatever, and then it goes down. It goes down, but it's not what y'all. That type of shit is usually reserved when you become that woman's boyfriend. All of the stuff that women used to, quote unquote, guys used to say that women used to lie to them about. Women weren't necessarily lying. It's just that the type of stuff and the type of relationships they say that they want usually takes place when you're that woman's boyfriend. It usually takes place when you're that woman's boyfriend. I want walks on the beach. You can do that on the first date, and it may mean a little something on the first date if there's a beach close to where you are, or you dating somebody that lives in a beach town. But those walks and all that shit really don't matter until you're that person's boyfriend or girlfriend, or that's your girl and stuff like that. Because you will go to these places again and be like, damn, I remember when I was with such and such. It always boils back to that. Dudes try to pretend like they don't want a relationship, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, men are actually very monogamous. Not in the ways that people paint it, but they are. As a young man, you actually really wanted one chick for the most part, if you can remember. Did you want popularity? Did you want women to be around you? Yeah. But there was that one chick. We had one-itis from time to time. There was that one or maybe two chicks that you're like, you know what? If I was popular, if I was the man, this is why we deify superheroes, as men. You know what I'm saying? Did Batman have a little stable? Yeah, he had Batgirl. He had the cat. He had Catwoman. He had a Poison Ivy. Oh man, Batman could have got with any single one of them bitches. You know. But nobody thought, because realistically, nobody thought that. But that's when he's Batman. What if when he's Bruce Wayne? There's a whole bunch of bitches he could have got with that ain't got shit to do with all them bitches that he's fighting or restraining. Because he low key, he didn't fight them bitches. He restrained them. Yo, I shared a video not too long ago about this black dude. I don't know where it was from, but it was a sidebar. It was a Batman anime, you know, because the animated Batman, the one with the box chin, that nigga was whipping ass. Like if you watch the WB back in the days, that nigga was beating all kinds of ass, right? Man, it was this one video I shared, and it was Bruce Wayne, and he had on like this kung fu outfit. I guess he was at a kung fu resort or whatever, and everybody was eating rice, and he had the last bowl of rice, and some nigga with an afro, some black dude walked up on him, and he was like, "Yo," he was like, "Is there any more rice?" He was like, "Nah, this is the last one, but I can share it with you if you like." And the dude looked at him and slapped the rice out of his hand. He was like, "You gonna have to learn respect around here. You know, we don't give a damn if your parents got killed in front of you. Where I'm from, that happens every day, right? You know, the whole, what you doing here, honky, like that type of shit, right?" And bruh, they got to fighting. That nigga beat the shit out of Bruce Wayne. I was like, damn, little did this nigga know he just whooped Batman's ass, you know. But anyway, that's sidebar. I'll probably bring that shit up later on. I'll probably send it to myself and show it to y'all and shit. But I don't know. I don't want to catch a copyright for that. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you know, pertaining to the pickup artistry, they studied all of that shit: survival, replication, social dynamics, what makes you, you learn different stuff. Humans, how we date is close to birds. Birds and humans, they're how we socialize, how we date, and stuff like that. The biggest bird, they actually have a bird out here called the coel, if I'm not mistaken, and you probably heard it sometimes in my video, because sometimes I guess they move around, but there's a bird out here, and it literally goes, oh, oh. It's like a crow, but not. It's like a high pitched, oh. It's like it's a bird. Birds usually, especially the male birds, they attract attention, so they'll go up in the tree and they'll try to sit on a sturdy branch, and they'll poke their chest out and they'll make a lot of noise, and everybody will take a look at the bird and stuff like that. And if there was other birds in the area, that's how that bird establishes dominance, masculine frame. Like, look at me, I'm pompous, I got my chest out, I'm loud, I'm singing a song. Look at me. It's just to get attention. Well, man, we do that all the time. Why do you think the term, when a man is swagged up and he dressed good and he feels good about himself and he's walking out there? Notice I didn't say for women, because you niggas hear something completely different. I didn't say for women, but he dresses up, feels good about himself. They call it peacocking. Have you seen what a male peacock looks like versus a female peacock? You said it's called the Rodan. I know the one I know is called the Coel. Or let me see. Here it is, Coel bird. This is it. Hold on. I'm gonna get a commercial. Hold on, y'all. He said the bird I know are broads. This is the bird right here. And look, he's sitting in the tree. He got his chest poked out. I knew about that bird before I even got to Thailand. I said, yo, as soon as I reach Thailand, I can't wait to hear that bird, because then I'm going to be like, yeah, I know I'm here now. That bird is all up and down Thailand. It's a tropical, exotic bird. You said, nigga, if you didn't run Indiana Cuda Jones. Well, I mean, that's what it is, you know. You know. But anyway, you know, he will talk about survival and replication value. He will talk about certain guys that get attention, guys that have social value, guys that have physical value, guys that they're leaders. They're leaders, not necessarily in the world, but in the workplace and stuff like that. So there is a bit of value there, but it's not technically social value. Like, he doesn't hold no value outside of the workplace, but in between these four walls, he's the man. He has a badge and stuff. And guys that, basically they, guys are in the business, they got money, certain different things. Just because you have money doesn't mean that you have social value. These niggas got you hoodwinked. This is what happens when you listen to niggas all day. What's going on, Mac Bones? The majority of the guys that were actually buying those pickup artist courses, this is why the pickup artist courses are expensive, were niggas with money. Were niggas that came to this realization. Money doesn't do everything. Eventually, people get tired of tricking. They want something real. Because after a while, you do all this tricking, you have all these bitches, but in the end, when you look to your left or your right, you have nothing. It's a sad, that trick life, that shit ain't no fucking cakewalk. That's it's that trick life is fucked up. When you have somebody really explain it to you, it's pretty fucked up. This is why, young brothers like Austin Holloman and all these other cats that's out here that's like, oh, Hammer and all these other weird niggas, Cooter, you can pay for it. Nigga, who you talking to? Like you act like you just discovered fire. Oh, you didn't know you could pay for it? Wow. Niggas talking about some you can pay for it and still don't have nobody. It looks like you didn't pay for it. You could pay for it in many different ways. What happened to men that had pride about themselves? Like, nigga, I'm not paying for that shit. Hell no. And not on her terms. If I want to pay for it, that means I want to take you out, or I want to do something, or I want to get to know you and stuff like that. I'm not paying for that. That goes to show you where her value is, and that goes to show you where your value is. Does it get paid for? Of course. Don't get me wrong. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But the pickup artists, they could have paid for it also. But it wasn't. There were men going around having fun, getting a bunch of women. And they get so enamored into the game that they just, to a certain degree, they just got good at getting women. Some of those guys, they lied, or some of those guys, the game, that's where they stopped. You know how I told you, like, okay, after a while, you learn that, okay, I know how to speak to them. Okay, now I know how to get them in conversation. Okay, now I know how to make them laugh. Okay, now I know how to get touchy-feely with them. Let's say you get touchy-feely with them, but you never smash, because it don't count if you don't smash or get head or whatever, right? It don't count. No matter how much time you spend, money, resources, and stuff like that, it doesn't count until you get intimate with them. Smash. Right? Let's say if you can only get them to that point, and you a blue balls ass nigga, like you just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the bird like, shorty, shorty, hey, ooh, ah. So let's say you get to the point where all you can do is you can get intimate with them. I mean, you can get touchy feely with them, but they never go to you never go to distance. You never get intimate with them. It's like, okay, now I need to learn how to seduce them. Like I need to learn how to actually, or not even a bunch of things could be going on at this point. If you can get touchy feely with them and stuff like that, but you can never get the draws, a couple of things might be happening right now, fellas. Women will test you. There's something called LMR. And I don't advise you because y'all don't know what y'all doing. So this is not a disclaimer. I mean, this is a disclaimer. I don't advise you to misnavigate this. Okay. I'm just telling you about it. I'm not telling you what to do because I know what to do and how to get past that. But I'm telling you what it is. You have something called LMR. LMR is an acronym and is short for last minute resistance. Last minute resistance. Sometimes you guys are gonna get so comfortable around each other. You guys are gonna get to, you guys are gonna shit just gonna be escalating and moving very fast. Women are not, they're not mad that things move fast, but um um some of them are very not alerted. What's the word I'm looking for? Some of them are, they notice things are moving fast. Okay, like if she likes you, she's like, damn, I just met this guy, but damn, we kissing already. Damn, we all over each other. What the hell is going on? Because women like to be seduced. They like to be seduced. Go look at all those. Go look at all those books. Go look at all those. Go look at all those books and all of those love and romantic stories that they like and they read and stuff like that. It's always about some guy that swoops them up off their feet. Okay. And as a guy that has field experience and going out there and approaching women and stuff like that, what most people are looking for is what's called a chance encounter, which is by chance. You know what I'm saying? It's called a chance encounter. And you can, you gotta when you're talking and dealing with women and just people in general, you're coming into these people's lives at all different types in areas and in points at their life. You know what I'm saying? Some people found player talk radio um when they were going through it with their girl. Some may have found it married when they were married. But the what the person that's speaking, the words didn't jump out at you, or what they're saying didn't resonate with you until you start going through a divorce or a breakup or something like that. Shit like that happens because I am aware, and you should be aware too, fellas and ladies and stuff like that. When you're engaging with people, you're coming into their life at different times of their life. Not saying that everybody's life is a storyline, but hell, everybody's life is a storyline. And when you come into that person's life, what part of the story do you play? And if you're trying to get with a woman or whatever, you need to know this. This is vital information. Some women, when they meet me, they may have met the rapper me. Oh, he does music and stuff like that. I heard one of his songs. Damn, he's cool. I'm trying to. What I'm saying is that you come into people's lives at different times. What's going on outside? So what I'm saying is that in general, when you meet people, we project our insecurities, our emotions, our fears. We project all of that, what we want in somebody. We project all of that on people. There's women that I've met that could be a complete piece of shit, but I like her. I give her credit. I'm attracted to her. So maybe today, tomorrow, next week, or for 2 hours, she can do no wrong because I like what I see. I like how she's talking. I like what she does. Same thing with me. I could be a complete piece of shit to a certain woman, right? But if she projects certain things on to me and gives me more credit than what I've worked for out the gate, it don't mean nothing. Doesn't mean that much. Doesn't mean that much. But it means a lot to her. Until this is how you talk yourself out of coochie. This is how you talk yourself out of stuff. Sometimes you want to keep certain things to yourself, because it's a fantasy that people projects onto you. And the more real you become to them, if you don't know how to articulate what you're going to say or tactfully say what you're going to say, you can be destroying that projection. You can be destroying that fantasy. Like, damn, I thought it's a letdown. Like, damn, I thought I had or found somebody different, but they're all the same. Some of you guys don't wake up until you learn the word no, or until you've seen a dark side of women to be like, damn, I don't ever want to be around a woman that's like that. Damn, I don't ever want to be around a woman that's exhibiting an attitude like that. Yeah, she's pretty, but that attitude, she ugly as hell. You know, y'all need to start living. You know, a lot of y'all waiting for winter to come and these women to get evicted and stuff like that. Who wants to get a woman like that? Remember, I just told y'all how people come into your life. Do you want to come into somebody's life like that? Do you want to, they lie and say women are out here eating dirt sandwiches and I'm about to take some bitch out of poverty? Nigga, no. It ain't even like that. Nothing is even like that. Not even close. We got to get our mind right, man. We got to evaluate what the fuck is what is what. Honestly. You see, I'm going to tell you the truth. When you're approaching people, you learn something a lot of people don't learn. Is that we're all the same to a certain degree. We all kind of want the same things. Maybe at different points and times in our life, but we all literally kind of want the same thing. And Black America is fucked up because marriage is like a finish line type thing when marriage kind of should be on the way to something. You know what I'm saying? Marriage should be on the way to something. You can get married in the middle of starting your business or whatever. You can all of that, things are on the way to something. What I'm saying is though, that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that we all damn near want the same thing. People want love. They want to be accepted. They want to be loved. They want to be cherished. They want to be needed. They want to be necessary. They want to be acknowledged. You know, they want to be special. You know, I've several times on this show have asked women several times, yo, what's the most powerful thing, or not even just what's the most powerful thing, like what do you want from your man? What do you want? Like what are you in charge of as a woman? They like, oh, I want his soul. I want his soul, or I want to capture him. You know what I'm saying? Women don't even know where their power comes from. Tampa about to get murked. God damn. Yeah, let's pray for Florida, y'all. I forgot hurricane season is a bitch. Yeah, pray for Tampa. But women give up their power. The most important thing that a woman has jurisdiction and control over with her man is his ego. Women have lost touch with what it is to speak life into her man. Some women never even had a relationship or didn't even notice that she speaks life into her man. That woman could say something to you fellas that'll make you go out there today and fucking conquer the world. That motherfucker can say something to you will have you going to work and doing everybody else's job just to get back home to her. She has the ability to compliment you in ways other people can't, if that's your woman. It's her job to do that. They don't know. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. Some of you dudes, some of y'all dudes never had a real one, man. And sometimes you don't wake up until you lose a real one, fellas. You're going to lose a couple of good ones on the way, especially finding out yourself. You're not soul searching. You're not finding out yourself until you lose a good one or two. She could be good for you, but she might not be the one. What else you want to know? You know? So it's crazy. But that's what it's for. Survival and replication. Anything else, fellas, is the extra gravy in the middle. Not going to say that if you have kids out here, you're done. But if you have children, yeah, you fulfilled your biological and empirical, your biological mission to replicate. But life is its own thing. Life still goes on. You still have to take care of your kids. You still got to make sure they're properly raised. You still got to, you still got to, you have to be a father. You just don't spread your seed and then, hey, that's it. They'll grow up one day and realize I was a great man. Like, no, it's like, you still got to, you still got a job to do. The mother too. That's a woman's main objective also. Survival and replication. So that's why I said we're the same to a certain degree, but for different reasons. What we're talking about is the rules of engagement, the rules of dating. And things go in and things go out. But things are lost right now. People are trying to recreate things. Imagine if you learned about romance from Instagram or Snapchat. In this microwavable world and stuff like that. Microwavable love. Don't know people take the time to really get to know people. Women don't even know the niggas that they fucking until they become their baby daddy. I'll say it one more time. Women don't even know the guys that they fucking until they mess with their baby daddy. Then they realize his character. Women, I got you, Raven. What's going on, Brownie L? Shout outs to you. Because they'll be like, oh man, I like a hood nigga. I need a soldier, right? I like a guy that's aggressive. I like a guy that he's aggressive. He don't answer to no rules. I like a guy that'll don't show people his soft side. He only reserves that side for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a nigga that's not friendly. He don't be talking to other bitches. He only talk to me. I like a nigga that don't do nothing for anybody else but me. Right? And she thinks she's on the other side of that coin. And then when that nigga get tired of her, the same thing that attracted that woman to that man will be the same thing that lose that woman. And not even lose that woman. That'll be the same shit that she complained about. Damn, he not calling me back. He's not answering to me. Damn, he's being rude with me. He's being mean. Damn, he rebelling. He not listening to what I'm telling him. All the shit that she claims that she liked. Shout outs to JR for supporting his interests and supporting the channel, for dropping $5 on the Cash App. Let me get that speech. Get that speech lined up for you, JR. Thank you for supporting the show. And thank you for offering to support the show. That's another thing. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get it.
Now, look, I want to speak on this about little young player. I see little young player Ramil up in here. I ain't got no problem with the pump and dump thing. I see where he coming, and I feel him. He in Atlanta. Them whole. Now, look, I want to speak on this about little young player. I see little young player Ramil up in here. I ain't got no problem with the pump and dump thing. I see where he coming, and I feel him. He in Atlanta. Them hoes is going. You niggas be leaving that shit out. Them hoes is going out there. Them hoes is fucking all over the place. And niggas is getting at them. And niggas is getting at them. And you niggas start fucking me up with that weak shit, telling niggas not to fuck on the bitch. Nigga, I'm gonna fuck this bitch. That's what I'm gonna do, nigga. I'm getting tired of you trying to check my motherfucking game, nigga. I'm in this shit. I'm gonna knock on this bitch, nigga. Fuck you. And I'm getting tired of you, nigga. You can't take it. I'm in this shit to win this shit. And I'm sick of you weak ass, over the hill, dusty ass niggas. You wanna go smoke cigars with some old white boy in the exclusive Moose Club, nigga? Fuck you. I'm out here with these bitches, nigga. I'ma hold it on. I'ma get it in. I'ma get it in. And you niggas gotta be out there. It's about having your motherfucking game. It's call being a real nigga. You niggas don't understand what it is to be a real motherfucking nigga. You don't know how to talk it up. You don't know how to get it in. You niggas weak in this shit. I'm sick of you niggas. Them hoes over there fucking with Kevin. Them bitches looking to get married. Them some married-minded bitches. I ain't trying to fuck on no hoe like that. Go over there and fuck with Kevin. Let me fuck with the rest. I'ma do my best, nigga. Fuck y'all niggas. And you gotta put this out because you niggas don't put the whole side of the black man out here. You put one side out here. And I'm tired of that shit. And real niggas out here like me, we getting it in. We ain't got nothing to cry on. We let the bitch lie on us. The bitch lied on me, nigga. That's what she did. And I'm gonna do it again. And again, motherfucker. That's what I do. I'm sick of these motherfuckers crying. I'm gonna give you some tissue next time, motherfucker. That's how we do out here, though. Look, keep pumping and dumping. I don't blame them. Especially Cardi bitch, WAP and shit. All these hoes wanna do is fucking suck. And why get fucked up, they go fucking suck your partner. You know what? Just accept it. Be done with that shit. You niggas go to church, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that shit to church. I can't help it. The whole fucks you over, nigga. That's your problem. That ain't my problem, nigga. I solve problems. I don't make them, nigga. That's what I do. You guys don't understand what it is to be a motherfucking back out here. It's just like playing football, nigga. We get a prep. We get a motherfucking pep rally before we get at these bitches. Let's get it up. Let's get it in. You don't understand that, though. That's what's killing me with that. But look, I'm gonna pull up out of here, man. I'm gonna pull up out of here. Look, appreciate you pop in, man. That's the whole black man.
Your boy Platt. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And the funny thing is that the younger generation, they want what you call it? They literally want love. You know, they want a relationship. It's just not out here, you know. What a young dude got. What does a young dude? What business does a young dude have asking for cooperation and all this other stuff, while at the same time telling you that I'm gonna preach to you how to trick effectively or buy women and stuff like that. These young men nowadays, they unfulfilled. You know, ain't no young dude should be out here purchasing pussy like that. That's some shit that you do in your 30s, your 40s, maybe your late 30s, to tell you the truth, your late 30s. You know, if you do that, you know, that's not no arena for no young man and stuff like that. So the manosphere, to a certain degree, I wouldn't even say the manosphere, but certain parts and pockets of the manosphere, we lost the young boys, man. We kind of encouraged them, or nobody was listening. I guess society took them or whatever, but it encouraged them to start doing the wrong shit. You know, that's not the message you want to send a young man. So I'm like, you can't go to war with somebody you trying to fuck. Like, I don't understand why niggas don't get that shit. It's like as a young man, especially in your 30s and 20s, because that's when life start getting better, bro. Your self-esteem shouldn't be in the gutter. Not like that. You know? So even pickup artists, they went out and you know. Okay, we got about 2 contributors for today's show on the Cash App. I have a we got about 2 contributors on today's show. We gotta do better, y'all. I have a option. Look like it's about to rain out here, but I have an option to go run my errands, or probably do them a little bit later on, or go grab something to eat real quick and come back and reaffirm what I said on today's show by going over the mystery method. Because I do want to go over the mystery method with you guys, and that show right there is going to be fire. This show is a classic. I done gave y'all a good amount of game on this show, but the mystery method show, I actually been waiting to do that particular show. That show's been in the chamber for a minute. That show right there is going to be very, very informative, because when I was a young man and I read that book opened my eyes to a bunch of different things that I was going to be embarking on in the future, and I didn't think about. And it's actually pretty good now because I'm older, and I can go back and read it, because that's one of those books you go back and read over and over again. It's one of those books. But then what's going on, Private Foster? When I ended up getting into the game with style, Neil Strauss, who was an actual author, and who Mystery took under his wing, and Neil Strauss came up with his own methods and all different kinds of stuff, and learning about Project Hollywood. Project Hollywood was crazy. They pulled the pickup artists pulled all their money together, and they had so much students that wanted to learn and stuff like that. They end up going to Hollywood, and they ended up getting a big mansion. And all of these cats that wanted to learn and stuff like that, they end up going to the mansion and staying with them. Like, niggas were sleeping in closets and all kinds of stuff just to be close to the guru and learn and go out and go on these escapades with them, and learn to see people pick up women in real time, and see all these routines and how they did it and how it was implemented, and watched how it was done, and parties and stuff, all the parties and drugs and stuff that they were doing at the mansion and stuff like that. Neil Strauss dated Courtney Love also. And he wrote a prominent book that black people like too. I forgot the name of the book. He wrote a couple of books and stuff like that. He had a couple of celebrities and stuff in that book and stuff. He was like, the whole story was that whole book was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Mystery going in and out of the hospital and stuff like that, and just what they were doing, like, and all of those cats read the Mystery Method. That's the crazy part. All of those cats read the Mystery Method was the double M, like the real deal double M. So this is what I'm gonna do, okay? Because we're gonna get it together, all right? I'm gonna run. Give me like a half an hour. Shit, I could just drop the panel, just leave, and could just drop the link, but we gonna cut it here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run and go get something to eat. I'm gonna get my head together, and we're gonna do, y'all come back now. Don't go to sleep now. We are going to go over the Mystery Method, okay? But I'm gonna need y'all to definitely support your interest and support the channel, man. I'm taking time out of my day. I could be doing some other shit, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm putting in some work, man. This is hard work. This is not easy to be up here speaking. I sat here and did today's show by myself, literally for 3 hours. Okay? Some of y'all don't get to talk to y'all family and y'all friends. Some of y'all don't talk to your family and your friends for that long. They're not even willing to invest that type of time into y'all. So definitely, please, definitely support the channel. We're gonna have fun on the way back, and we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. So I gotta probably put down a little bit of notes. I'm gonna go get something to eat real quick because I was just chilling today. And yeah, shout out to Tyrone. What's going on, Tyrone? So yeah, man. And this book too, like actually, this is actually a lot better, y'all, because I mean, honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, books like this, you were supposed to read them during the time that they came out, because during the time that they came out, you could really understand what's going on. But now it's like passing era, so certain things might be taboo. But it's good that you have somebody here to explain or kind of paint a picture and bring you back to that type of time when that stuff was going on, because it would make more sense then than it would probably now. And then all of the principles and stuff in this book definitely would make more sense. Neil Strauss actually did another rendition of the Mystery Method, because remember I told you Neil Strauss is actually I think he helped write the Mystery Method. Neil Strauss is actually an author, and he revised the book and redistributed it. So there's a more updated book of the Mystery Method, but I think now that's a little bit more dated also. But anyway, it's Player Talk Radio. Give me 1 second. We're gonna be right back. Tune in. We out. Let's get it. Let's go.